Live now.
Have you been messing or keeping up with anything going down in the NFT space or crypto this week, or just been kind of busy?
Oh yeah, it's been a real crazy week. I've like sort of kept in, like, I'll lurk on Discord or whatever just to keep track of where everything's going, but
Yeah.
it's not enough to like really feel like I'm I'm all caught up. So
Did
I
you
was
see?
all over the place last week.
Did you see that? I posted in that Discord that Finance moved to Polygon and is literally launching the same fucking ecosystem. Not like it's literally MMF token, but like a new contract with a new supply of new tokens. And I posted a screenshot. It was like 1,600% APR or some shit, like insanely high. Just like the first time around, and I was like, yeah, I played this game before and won, so I'm gonna play again. Like, let's see how we do.
Yeah. Wait, do you
Because
get
it's
some
like I
sort of
know this
airdrop if
game.
you hold on the CRO chain, or?
They are doing that, but it's like a slow trickle airdrop over like 100 days. So I just sold from CRO chain, bridged it over to Matic, and then just bought in and aped into the like massively higher APR. Also, I know the next step of the game because I fucking already did it on CRO. So the next
Yeah, if
step
it's
they're gonna
identical,
launch.
you know the order of operations.
Yeah, they're gonna launch MMO next. They're gonna do a launchpad event. The way that they do launchpads is also like the model is called overflow model, and it's literally like 1,000% favors whales and it allows whales to corner markets for launchpads. Because basically what happens is like the launchpad event is like, okay, we want to sell, let's say 100 tokens, and we want to raise $1 million, right, for those 100 tokens. And so what people will do is they'll contribute. Let's say they're trying to raise that money using USDC, right? So that's actually how they launched the first token. They're like, we're launching MMF on Polygon for USDC. They're trying to raise $1 million in USDC at a valuation of 20 cents per token. So they were giving out like, I don't know, 5 million tokens or whatever, right? For $1 million. But then it's like every amount of money over $1 million contributed to that will get returned to the people who put the money in. So basically what that means is if you put up, let's say $1 million is the total, right? For 5 million tokens. If you put up $1 million and the total amount of money put up was $1 million, you get all 5 million tokens. But now if you put up $2 million and $2 million is the total money that was put up, you would still get 5 million tokens, but you also get back $1 million. So of the two that you supplied, because only 1 million is what they're trying to raise.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And effectively they were trying to raise $1 million and they ended up raising $124 million. But of course, of that 124 million, 123 million just went straight back to the people who gave it to meaning that you get a bigger portion. Like basically for your $1, you would have gotten, 20 cents worth times $1, but now it's $1. You get 124th of what you would have otherwise gotten. And then the rest of it, you get your money back. Basically meaning the more money you have on the front end, the more of the token supply you can corner, but there's no detriment to it. You get all your money back after the sale. So it's like, as long as you commit, it's bullshit.
Like, I gotta warm up before we go this deep.
Yeah. Okay.
I've been out the game for the past week here, so we'll rewind real quick. Thank you for the subs, T Davis. We appreciate you on that. That's totally fine. About the raid, we just started anyway. Well, yeah, welcome to everyone. Lou's coming in like an hour or so. He has some stuff going on. But yeah,
I could stay a little bit more focused on the wax side of things. I messed with Taco Swap yesterday, and then since TD's here, I actually I think Metaforce has a few like CMX pools that are incentivized on there, and I like.
Weren't you guys playing around with the Brawl one? What's that Brawl?
Oh yeah, Brawl and Taco.
So it pays out Brawl, Taco, and Wax?
Yeah, here, I'll pull it up. Check this out.
I'm also getting some blend tokens. I didn't do Mark the Narc yet, so.
Oh. I got my Neon Mark the Narc. It took me only 6 blends to get it. It's pretty lucky that time. All right, let me pull up. It is like Taco Swap, I think. Let me just type. It's like I'm just gonna type in taco swap. Yeah, I'll just say taco swap and then type wax and see what Google comes up with. Tacoswap.io is not it. Here, Taco Wax Utility Tool is tacocrypto.io. And then there's a swap button now at the top of the interface.
Oh, wow. 10 more. Jesus, man. You guys are just raining subs, just fliff, not even counting it.
Yeah, so check it out. Here's the taco swap, right? You can go to meal, stands for multi, I think something. It's basically meal is for liquidity pools and salsa is for single asset staking. So you go to meal and then let's see, the one that we were doing yesterday in our Discord was here, Brawl and Taco, where it pays out. If we go to Yoink.
So the daily
Here.
rewards, that's like for the entirety of the pool, and then that's split up
Yes.
based on your percentage. Okay.
Yeah, so if I log out of this and then log in with my own wallet that actually has some liquidity in it. Oh shit, I actually have to go grab that wallet. 1 second, I gotta grab my ledger.
Oh, here, I'm gonna blend a Mark the Narc real quick. I mean, I kind of have to. So looks like it went pretty well. 139 blended on. That's pretty sweet. So I like the song. The song cracks me up pretty good. Lou's got it down pretty well. It reminds me of the Diamond Hands one. It's just like unusually catchy chorus there.
Yeah, right. I want to hear the rest of the song now, and it's like that is the song. That's the whole song.
Right, let's see. Oh, it hasn't showed up yet.
There we go.
Okay, I got a lit. Nice.
I mean, it's the worst thing you could have pulled.
It's a good mint number. 55.
Oh, hell yeah. That is nice. Lance was getting like stomped. I think he blended like 14 times and did not pull a neon.
All right, but yeah, I have a bunch of Blockchain Boulevard duplicates, so I got plenty of fodder for these one tokens. Here, I can put you back up if you're ready, Max.
Yeah, ready. Check it out. So I just signed into yield farming here.
Oh,
so
mint 3, nice.
Fuck yeah. Who got mint 3? Or you pulled another one?
Oh, Autumn's Toys, mint 3 neon.
Oh, fuck. I got mint 24, I think, in neon. But here we go. So now that I actually have something in here, you can see that this pool is like outlined in green. I have CMX Nifty, and I think I have the Brawl one too here, this Brawl one. And if you go to details, you can see that, here's what the whole pool is getting paid out. Of that payout, I own 2.4% of this pool. So I'm getting paid out 2 wax, 36 Brawl, and 1.2 tacos per day. It's important, I think, at the moment to note that this payout happens based on a snapshot, not in a rolling payout. You're not getting real-time rewards here. You're getting the snapshot happened, I think, at 2 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
It's at the same time every day?
I think it is.
That seems like you could just pull and re-add your liquidity all the time.
Out of this. If these pools would exist over in DeFi Box, I would be leaving them there all day, and then around like 1:45, I would pull from DeFi Box, add here, collect the yield, and then after the yield gets paid out, I would drop it back into DeFi Box. But the thing is, DeFi Box doesn't incentivize Brawl, Taco, or pretty much any of these pools. I did the same with CMX Nifty here too. And then once you get it, you can come up here to like my account, and it'll show you here your rewards, and then you can claim them, like withdraw all or whatever. In the future, it looks like they're going to add staking of your taco tokens, so you can get like higher stake levels, which I hear will reduce your like the fee, the transaction fee, which matters if they can attract massive liquidity depth. But if not, it's still going to be a better deal wherever the liquidity is the deepest. But we'll have to see that. Either way, I was messing with this a little bit. And then to get my CMX tokens, I went through the Metaforce is doing like a buyback event right now. I'm not sure if you are familiar with that.
Buyback.
But yeah, they're doing like a buyback of champion NFTs. Right now, Nexus is their champion, so I think they're cycling through which
You burn
champions they
them, or
choose.
you just like send them to a wallet?
So you burn them into CMX tokens.
Oh shit! Yeah, I got crazy amounts of duplicates. We went hard on that first drop, so yeah, that's actually really great.
That's where I got my I did the buyback, and that's where I got my Nifty tokens, or my what's it called here, CMX tokens for this pool. So now I own like 1.1% of the whole pool, and that was just from, I think I only blended like 2 duplicates I had, one uncommon and one common. And like the buyback event is like, if you blend an uncommon, you get paid out in CMX for the value of the next rarity up. So let me show that really quick, because it was actually really fucking cool. I just hadn't been paying close enough attention to be aware.
Yeah, where do I do that? Oh my god, I've gotten 3 lits in a row from Mark the Narc. God damn it.
That's how mine started too, actually. 3 lits, and then I got a glow, another lit, and then I got the neon.
Okay.
All right, but here, I'll pull that up over
here. Did it get mint too, though? I'll take that.
We'll go to Metaforce. So on Metaforce's blend page, there is now a buyback and burn event here as a category. Nice. You click on that, and then you can see right now it's like, oh, I don't think it filtered when I clicked it. I think I click it again here. Buyback and burn. Oh, I guess it has some other ones too. I didn't see these ones last time.
Oh yeah, I've been doing that with the because I got a bunch of promo stickers from the Galaxy Jumper series. So
okay, so I guess those also can be burned into the CMX, but the ones that I was doing yesterday were
yeah.
These were the ones I was doing though. So this is like if you have a rare Nexus, for example, you can literally just need the Nexus, just the one NFT. It burns, and then you would get 50 CMX for that.
Oh, and you don't have to do the token press and all that stuff?
Exactly. It's just this character. And then when you have the 50 CMX, it comes as an NFT into your wallet. Then what I did was I took that NFT, and you would do like my inventory on Atomic Hub is what I used, but whatever you use, you choose your CMX NFT. So let's see if I actually have one I can demonstrate with. And I have one CMX. So check this out. I would take this one. You can do it with multiple ones, so you can select multiple ones, and then you go, if you have multiple ones selected, you come up here and say transfer. Otherwise, if you're just doing the one, transfer. It transfers to it is Wax Bridge .mf. And just to be sure, I'm gonna go into a second tab and make sure that is the correct.
Yeah, don't you have to do a memo too?
That's right.
Okay.
Let's see.
All right, I got a glow.
Account. Here it is. Account waxbridge.mf. So I am spelling that right, and just to be fucking like triple safe, I'm gonna like copy paste it from here.
All right, I did 5. I got 4 lits in the glow. I'm gonna take a breather for now.
Okay, here we go. So we got this, and then the memo is burn. So you say burn, and now you can say send transfer, confirm. And when you send this, it sends you back CMX as a fungible token, just like you do with Neon Blend NFT to the tokenized NFT wallet. Only you don't need the memo for that. You can just send it straight.
Yeah.
But so now that I did that, you can get the CMX. So that means that there exists in the Metaforce collection the ability to, like what we saw here, that Nexus character. This is it turns into 50 CMX. That one we were just looking at. I'm like on the wrong tab here. Here. Nexus rare buyback. It turns into 50 CMX, and then CMX itself is selling for like, I don't know, like 1 wax or something, right?
That's pretty good, yeah.
Let's see, swap. Come up to swap. I want CMX. CMX.
Are they just rotating which
Oops.
champion?
Yeah, they're saying that they're trying to like adjust their mint count to make like their blending kind of like more advantageous. So they're targeting like specific champions to like buy back to get their mint numbers to where they want them to be, because now that the pack's no longer open, they have a clear idea of what their aftermarket looks like.
Okay, yeah.
So that's kind of like their idea. So here, yeah, it looks like one CMX would sell for 1.1. So if I had 50 from just that one blend, you could swap them on TacoSwap for 56 wax. Meaning if you can buy that NFT for less than 56 wax, you could buy it, swap it, and arbitrage the value of it pretty straight away. Or like I said, or like I said before, I and you also, I know you, like we had duplicates of some of these things. It's nice to be able to source the CMX that way and then use it to participate in some of these liquidity pools, kind of without dipping into existing wax reserves, rather just dipping into our existing NFT stakes, since we bought into those collections like a while ago. And 199% APR isn't terrible.
Yeah, it's great. Like even for commons, it's 5. That's pretty legit, actually.
Yeah, exactly. That's normally the common would be 1, but you now get the buyback event gives you the next rarity level up in value.
Seems like some arbitrage opportunities too. If you were to troll the aftermarket and then the value of the NFT is lower than what you could get for the CMX counterpart.
Yeah, exactly right. So I think that like it's a little bit complicated, I think, as far as like the mechanics involved in what it would take to do those arbitrage trades, but I think we kind of walked through it in a way that it makes sense to me. I mean, I did it yesterday with that just to like add to the liquidity pool, but maybe I, as a Metaforce collector myself, like I had been aware of like the CMX blending, but there's like a complexity to it that I wasn't like super savvy on. So seeing it like with this buyback program being a little bit more straightforward, and then with the bridge now being live to swap between FT and NFTs for CMX, I'm really kind of like digging.
Yeah, I think so too. Oh
it's
man,
getting, it's like
everyone's running hot on RNG here, except for me. I got 4 lits and a glow on 5 blends for Mark the Narc. I just want a neon, man.
I mean, it's neon odds are 11%, so you 1 in like 10 blends should be the neon.
Is it really? Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, you're still doing all right.
It was that high. Oh no! God, everyone's pulling neons right when I.
Mono Switcher just got the 1 neon.
Son of a bitch! Oh my god, it's killing me. But yeah, it was a little crazy for me last week. A lot of restaurant stuff. We've been trying to dial in our floor plan for the interior for all last week, and then meeting with contractors, and then we've been meeting with point of sale systems. I drove out a few hours to go look at some equipment, like buy ovens and coolers and stuff like that. So it was a lot going on, but a lot of positive progress for the restaurant. But anyway, it was like a week in NFT time is like an eternity. So I feel like I'm totally behind on everything. But I lurked a little bit just to keep in touch. But it's hard to keep up with Lou general chat. So.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely, even like when you like participate in the space every day, I feel like I miss stuff still. It's so fucking fast paced. But it is nice. And yeah, I'm the KY, you're right. I did like when I saw this yesterday, I did like scope the floor and exploit arbitrage opportunities that people were unaware of. But I thought I'd share it now. I mean, I don't know. It's publicly available to anybody. I don't have to.
It's true.
I don't have to give away like the techniques before, like right when I discover them, before I use them for myself, right?
Yeah.
I already do that with Neon Space collection, where I'm like, if I see opportunities, I wait till somebody else sees them and exploits them rather than capture those profits myself. But with other people's collections, I'm all about it. Just happy to share that that's a possibility. Only 4 neons left in the pool, the Amster said.
Oh my god, I just got another lit. That's 5.
And the KY is saying he'll trade you a neon for a bunch of dims.
I might take you up on that. I feel like I'm going to try and pull it naturally if I can.
They are being pulled at an above average rate. I agree with that. I mean, I definitely was above average. The only person I know in our chat that was at least admitting to it being not above average was Lance. Home Lance was getting
Classic
wrecked.
Lance.
There could be the like silent people in the chat who are just getting wrecked and didn't want to share.
That's true.
But who knows? I mean, I got it within 6. So that was pretty fucking solid.
All right, I got a second glow. Fucking Christ. God damn it.
Yeah. I love fucking the blends are super fun. And then I'm thinking about just like extending the staking of the blend token thing over on my FTW wallet. Depends on how like some trades go that I'm making on there, but it's always fun to add like a couple hundred wax and then add like a couple months to it. I'm also making back a lot of that wax because I stake to it. Although I think I'm the KY is outpacing me pretty good. I've made
On
back
the
like 11
wax
wax.
DAO thing?
Yeah, I've made back I think like 12 wax already.
Is it
There's
still
quite
going?
a few like
Like
oh yeah,
how,
I said it for
what, a month, right? Or was it 2 months?
I said it for 2 months. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking about just extending it because I don't know. I like it. It's just like a vanity thing. It's nice.
Yeah, I'm really impressed by the speed at which Mike develops. I mean, that guy just puts his head down and just cranks out all kinds of content and tools. I mean, compared to other people in the wax space, the guy is building very aggressively, which is cool. And it's not like half-ass bullshit either.
Yeah, no, I like his products and stuff. I'm also like, I put some bids in on the Wojak tokens to like set a floor for that token. Like
yeah, the Wojak. If you're investing in Mike, like the Wojak token seems pretty smart. Like if you believe in that dude long term,
the
Wojak seems pretty advantageous.
I can just use those tokens to fucking like buy all the services that he's offering. So
yes, I fucking did it. Yes.
What mint you get?
25.
Oh hell yeah, top mint.
Oh man,
you got the one right after mine.
All right, it took me what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, you're still under average, right?
I think so. Yeah, I did get mint 2 of the lit, so that's pretty legit. I got mint 22 of the glow, which is a cool mint. I like the double numbers. I like 25. 25 is my favorite number because my birthday's on the 25th, and I grew up playing baseball, and King Griffey Jr. was my favorite baseball player, and he was number 24. So I would be number 25 when I play baseball because I could be like close to King Griffey Jr.
Nice.
Anyway, that's a little blast from my childhood there, unsolicited. Today's shots has 7. There's 7 of 25 total.
Jeez, dude. What? How? God damn.
Oh, so Mike has pre-minted pack drops on his. Damn, that's wild. Yeah. Honestly, I mean, it's such a small space. The competition really drives it, honestly. I mean, Nefty's kind of had the market on creators tools, and then now, Chain Champs is, got their profile picture stuff coming through. The
auto buy. Have you seen that? I could show you
Atomic
that.
Hub was kind of like the collectors marketplace, and Nefty Blocks was for creators more predominantly. And now you have Chain Champs with a lot of cool collector tools and collector ways to like visualize the market in an advantageous way. And so it seems like they're all kind of challenging each other now to really drive innovation. Yeah. I haven't messed with that the rules buying yet. No.
Check it out. I'll do it right now. Set a rule to buy something. I think that's super cool.
Neon token at 7 wax. Shut the front door. Goddamn.
Oh wow! I remember when I first started that pool, I did it like way above what the floor should be, just to create an arbitrage opportunity. So there was a reason why people would want to do the blend in the first place. And I set it at 6 wax, and we're higher than we were.
Yeah, it's cool to see the market kind of respond because we've been cutting the mint structure really aggressively with each subsequent drop since we first introduced the Neon token and that whole mechanic. So it seems like the market is responding and arbitraging their way to reflect the much lower supply of burnable NFTs. So, the whole concept for those that are new to this, if those that are not, we say this all the time, but like the whole point of the blending structure and the Neon token is to keep all of the collections relevant. So, I feel like a common pitfall for a lot of projects is like you buy it on the first drop and you're like, cool, great. And then the next drop comes along and no one gives a fuck about the last one. and then it's just kind of there aren't any buyers for it if you wanted to sell, and then it just kind of falls into obscurity over time in a fast moving kind of space. And so this keeps people engaged with all of the different releases that we've done, and encourages people who say just came to Neon Space right now, just saw Blockchain Boulevard, and then searches through, finds a reason to find some blendable material, and then gets exposed to our other artwork, which is kind of the whole idea. Is it encourages people to look at the other collections, which then means they'll look at the art, which then means hopefully they'll like the art and want to collect it as well.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like it's cool to see our token be so healthy. I mean, it means that people are engaging with it. It's not like we threw out this whole thing because we wanted to make a token and then no one gives a shit about it. Because there's a lot of tokens out there that projects want to be cool and they don't have the value that they think it does.
Yeah, let's see. Neon token. I'm gonna poke over here and oh yeah, 6, 8. Fuck yeah, dude. Almost 12,000 wax in liquidity too. That's wild.
They still won't incentivize us. That's bullshit. I don't like this pay to play bullshit.
There's deeper liquidity in our token than there is in tokens with 200+%.
Yeah, come on, man. Like, incentivize our token. We've been on there the longest. We have probably the healthiest liquidity. So I don't know. I'm a little peeved at it, but it is what it is.
By the way, these tokens, like Battle Miner token, which is paying 200% here, does have an overlap where you can double dip with Taco Swap. Check that out. Because if you're on Taco Swap, you go to meal and then check these out. You can see here
CMW.
Battle Miner Wax.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
And see how a Battle Miner Wax is paying out 150% here, and then that same pair on Battle Miners Wax here paying out 207%. So you could leave your liquidity in this pool if you're already here, and then before 2 a.m. swap it into this pool to collect the 150%, and then swap it back to DeFi Box to keep collecting the 200% here. So you can like double dip into liquidity yield rewards. I'm not sure if that's like breaking terms of service or anything. I didn't read any of that, but I don't know. I mean, that's mercenary capital for you. You know, go where the money's best. But yeah, check this out. I was gonna show this. So I'm gonna go to Chain Champs. Oh, did I just exit it? Chain Champs.
Well, I'm getting some CMX. So you're saying it was like it was CMX or CMX and Taco that's being incentivized, right?
There's a few of them that are being incentivized. I did CMX Nefty.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Yeah, because you get the natural Nefty flow from your liquidity pool there.
Yeah, I just pulled that from the liquidity reward, and then I pulled the CMX from what I like did with the buyback event, and I added both to this pool. So it was like very low stakes to jump into this one. There's also a CMX USDT pool, which is relatively deep. There's almost $500 in this, or like over $500 in this pool.
Yeah, I think that's a good. I'm just glad that that's getting more traction. I think more people should be looking into these wrapped stable coins like this. Although wrapped assets, we got burned pretty hard on Harmony, but I do think for the health of WAX DeFi, the WAX USDT kind of gets ignored by 90% of people when it really is a lot more valuable than that.
Yeah. Oh, and also this one was the highest APR pool.
Okay. But it's getting paid out in more CMX. That's the only reward. Is it paying out
CMX
too?
And then these ones will pay out CMX and Taco. So if you want more Taco as well, go for one of these two pools instead. Also for Taco, I think the Salsa pool here is pretty solid. If you just have Taco tokens and stake the Taco tokens directly like I have in here, you get paid in 61% APR in wax. It's pretty not bad.
Oh, yeah. It's not bad at all.
Right. Yeah, in wax. Or if you like Taco that much, you can literally just do Taco for more Taco.
Who's incentivizing that? Like, who's putting up the rewards? Is it the wax team or is it Taco?
I think it's the Taco team for these pools, yeah.
Because, I mean, when you think about it, you're staking wax. If you stake wax P, like just on chain, that's like 5%. like if you're
Yeah.
delegating your votes. So 60% ain't bad. Although, you know,
A lot.
it's who's to say how long that's going to be and how much Taco's going to put into it, right? So
141 days. There's even a timer on how long the
yeah.
rewards lasts. It's 75 wax per day to this pool for the next 141 days.
Man,
So
the WAX E distribution pool fucked last month, dude.
Oh yeah, over 50%. Yeah.
Yeah, I was really amped about that. I was like,
that's serious. Cashish.
I don't know where the volume came from.
I think it's like the Nefty drops, dude. Or I'm sorry, the Funko drops. Like,
oh, good point. Yeah, and
drops
I guess
also make money.
You had the Brawl land sale.
Yeah, there's big sales, huge volume, and those drop sales don't show up on the market volume because they're like a separate category, but there is still part of the tokenomic fee. Like when you do a drop in wax, like it still settles in wax. There's still a 2% collected by the wax network.
Oh, I see. So you're staking Taco and paid in wax. Okay.
Yeah, all of these are staking Taco. So
and then there's another one where you stake Taco and earn Taco depending on. Okay, I see.
Yeah,
Single asset
Taco,
staking is all staking of the Taco token, which is the native token.
Yes, that's correct. All of the single asset pools are staking only Taco, but then if you go to the meal pools, there are pools out here that don't involve Taco, like Brawl Taco. I guess that's Taco, but like CMX Nefty, for example, there's no Taco involved in that one. So there is options, but a lot of it is also like, you know, keep an eye on the days remaining for these rewards. So like this Nefty pool is only good for the next 32 days, while the Brawl one that I'm in is good for the next 180. So like there's definitely a and also by the way here, this 180 days is not necessarily for this pool. It's the same for all three assets. It's not necessarily the case. Like for example, the Token Wax one has 180 days of token rewards, but only 20 days of Taco rewards. So yeah, just keep an eye on all that stuff.
What was the bridge again that you're supposed to do for CMX?
Oh, it is waxbridge.mf.
Waxbridge.mf. And then the memo is burn, right?
That's right. Okay. Yeah, and then check this is the auto buy tool. I really like this too.
Yeah, like so for that CMX opportunity, like when Metaphors came out with that, you see there's arbitrage. That auto buy rule seems to be the perfect application for seeing like quick opportunities like that.
That's a great idea. Actually, I'm gonna set that rule right now to auto buy up. I'll buy up common.
This was not scripted, folks. That was all natural.
That's a good call because I know that those go for 5 CMX, and I know 5 CMX sells for about 5.5 wax.
Yeah, and it's kind of settled out on its value.
Yeah. So then I can come here on Chain Chaps. I've logged in, and then on the top right where it has your wallet, this little yellow area, I click here, and then you see there's the auto buy in the drop down. So click on that. If you have Chain Chimps, you're automatically airdropped Chimp Change, which is this Chimp token here. So I have a ton of that. And then you can click deposit wax, and you can add wax to this balance if you've already done that. Like I have 750 wax in here already. If you click deposit wax and then click withdraw, you can pull your wax back to your wallet. So it's not like a one-way deposit here. You don't have to use it with the auto buy tool if you decide to bail out later. And then I can click create a rule, and it says collection first. So I'm going to say Metaphors. There's Metaphors. And then I'm going to say schema is, let's see, Metaphors to schema. I want I think it's series 1, right? Series 1.
Oh, yes, correct.
Yes, okay. And then the template is, I want Nexus, the common Nexus. So these are the ripped ones. I want to go for the common. So we got, these are the bad guys. I could just find it and like type in the number, but this is going to be way easier. Here's Nexus, but this is going to be the like collector's edition. These are the mythics. So that's going to be near the bottom. These are the uncommons. And then here's the commons. So I want to say a common Nexus is the one that I want to auto buy. And like I said, I know that they sell for 5. I can get 5 CMX for it. So I'm going to say next. And now I want to call this buy Nexus. There we go. Buy Nexus. I'll buy. Fuck it. I'd buy like 10 of these. Why not? If they can. And then I want to pay less than 5 wax. So I'm gonna say 4 point. Let's say 7 wax per each listing. So it'll buy up to 10 of them as long as each one is selling for less than 4.77. Now I can say review, and it says here price 4.77 wax, buy up to 10, collection metaphor, series 1, this template, and that's this guy. Yes, create rule. So then sign this transaction. And again, if anybody out there wants to do this for themselves and doesn't have chimp tokens, hit us up in Discord. I have extra. You can just have. They're pretty cool. So now you can see I've spent 1 chimp token. I'm down to 86. But now there's this rule, and it just sits here. It's live. It'll be live for the next 3 days, so until the 19th. And if anybody lists on the market a Nexus common for under my target price, it'll buy automatically, and I don't need to be online or paying attention anymore. If it finishes, I can come to completed, and then I can come claim them. So far, all my completed ones either expired or I canceled them. So I'm still waiting to scoop some good deals, but this works really well on like more active secondary markets, stuff like Funko on drop day. Oh yeah, it's great for that.
Yeah, if you know what to look for, yeah, absolutely. I know Tune 2K was doing that quite a bit to good success.
I also just like the cure for FOMO now that I'm like, oh, if there is arbitrage opportunities out there, my rule is paying attention, and I don't have to pay attention myself.
Yeah, it's like you have a fishing line out, but you don't have to pay attention to it. You know, it's nice to know that you have exposure to it without having to actively do it. So it gives you a little bit more time back, you know, while still feeling like you got opportunity in the moment.
Yeah, and you can set many rules, like as many as you have chimp change, you know. So I could do 86 different NFT rules that are all waiting to buy and watching the market for all different things.
Is chimp change tradable on any platforms, or have they not listed it anywhere?
I set up in a liquidity pool on Alcor, but then I took it down. I was like 100% of all the liquidity in there. Other than that, I'm not sure if it's available. Let's check.
Alcor, you know, they had talked about getting it listed. I forget if Jazzpod said that they would do it themselves or if they would just let the market kind of figure it out.
There's chimp. Let's see. Is there?
I don't see chimp on there. Weird.
Okay, CHMP is
CHMP. Okay.
This is the token name. It looks like. Is there liquidity depth in this pool now? I mean, I had added it initially, but let's see. Liquidity. It looks like there's 32 chimp tokens in this pool right now, paired against 29 wax. So
yeah,
it looks like
brutal.
It looks like very low liquidity, and I don't know. Like I said, you can just hit me up. I can give you chimp tokens. The other part about chimp tokens that makes them difficult to buy is like, even though there is chimp change in here, check like the chimp token is not divisible. Like you see how it has .0000. That's not real. There is no anything.
So it just rounds to the nearest whole number,
which makes it like, see how right now 1 wax or 1 chimp token is 0.667 wax. Like if I did oh god, copy this. It's still saying 0 right now, and like if I tried to do like 1 or something or an amount, it'll just fail. It'll be like, sorry, it's not, like basically the swap will say that's not the right amount, or like there an unexpected amount was returned and therefore the transaction failed. So it's actually really difficult to buy chimp token. You can sell them much easier because when you sell them, the wax is divisible and this will actually work, but buying them is quite difficult. So again,
yeah, and I think that was intentional. I think if I remember right from when we talked to Jazzpause, you know, they obviously wanted this to be tied to the tool and the use of the tool. So that it doesn't. They really tried to not really design it for anyone to really speculate on, because the whole point of it is for the tools themselves. So
Yeah, and it's a
you know,
really like it's a legitimate premium feature. Like I really like this as a like this is it feels like a premium tool.
here's a
Like
question for you, Max. Can you see what other rules have been set for the same thing by other people? And how would you do that if possible?
there is not a visualization of that. I think you could if you actually like aggregate the data from the blockchain, because the data would be on the blockchain, because when I signed this transaction it submitted that. So if we wanted to like hunt down that information,
Oh, so you'd have to sleuth a little bit.
yeah, the way to do that would be to check your like it'll be easiest for me to do it by just looking at my own wallet and then looking at the last transaction I made, because that directly interacted with that contract. So you see here, auto buy chain chimps. This is like the contract address, the autobot.chainchamps. And then if you look at the contract, you have like the different rules, buy rules, and you could like manually set all this shit up here. You can see under accounts, you should be able to see all of the rules being submitted here. So in a way to aggregate this information, I'm not familiar with, but the information is here. So you can see other people made a rule here. Somebody made limit 10 by, oh, is this me? Schema.
Doesn't look like it. That's a different.
Oh, it's not me. Yeah,
DWOEM.
Price of 1.01 wax. So I could literally take this same rule and make it at a price 0.10000 and add another one here, and then I'd stomp this guy. So you can do all that what you're talking about doing. You can look here, and basically as long as you look back 3 days, then you'll see everything that's open, because there's no way to increase the duration of a rule beyond 3 days. You always have to remake it. So if you were to aggregate all this information from the past 3 days of transaction histories, you would have the full picture. I'm sorry that there's
seem
not
that difficult to do. I wouldn't be surprised if over time there's some community tool that like Van or any observation or someone fills the void on that one.
Yeah, but this is like I don't know, like the roundabout way. Like you can see it right now, and this is how I know that you can see it. But I don't know of an aggregator that will make this information easier to digest. Like this is, this is a lot more difficult. Like here, A Legends, this guy's willing to pay $7 US. Oh, he set his to dollars for this Series 1.
It does seem like you're trying to exit something, exit quickly. You could just look where the auto buy rules are and just list your stuff to kind of just trigger those, 100%. Knowing what they are. You'd have to be a pretty high liquidity collection. I mean, I guess you could just search if there's auto buy tools for deeper cut collections, but I'd imagine most people are setting rules for stuff that they know has a high volume of liquidity.
Yeah, I mean, you can see here under my completed rules, I set rules for, this is A Legend. This was cat stickers. There wasn't enough activity for me to get my 22 wax bid on. I was trying to buy Toon's cat. See, I missed the N, but Toon's cat. Here I was trying to buy packs from A Legends. Here I was trying to buy a Neon Wombat. That expired without some.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's smart. I like that.
Yeah. I think I can actually get one now for 88 wax. I might place another buy order on that.
Just to rewind back, yes, you do need a chain champ in order to use these rules. So that's the value of holding those profile pictures, is because it opens up.
So there is actually a caveat to that. You need chimp change to create these rules.
Oh, good point. You're right. Yeah.
You don't need the NFT.
The NFT itself generates the chimp change, but I guess you could source the chimp change through a DeFi platform and then do the rule without having.
Or you can hit me up in Discord and I'll send you some, so you can make your own rules.
Yeah, I probably have some too. Is there like some sort of claim window?
It just gets airdropped to your wallet. If you have a chimp chain, here, if you go to chain champs and you click here on this chain chimps, if you buy one of these and just have it in your wallet, you get airdropped. There's not like a place to claim the token. They just end up in your wallet.
I see. Nice. Love it.
And then, here's the drop for those. So there's still available 694 of these chimps that you can buy for $35 in wax equivalent. And once you have them like in your wallet, each individual chimp gets an allocation of chimp change, I think every week or every other week or something. You just get airdropped it. So the idea is that as Chain Champs creates new and more more advanced, possibly even different premium features, like this auto buy is clearly a premium feature and it works quite well in my opinion. It's not like the only thing that they're trying to introduce for premium users. So like auto sell, for example, is something they've been talking about. And when those features get added, the chimp change will be like the barrier to using those features. Not necessarily the NFT, but the chimp change. And you get the chimp change exclusively by owning the NFT.
I guess that gives value to people who probably don't need to use a lot of rules, but at least are still deriving value from the change itself to give to people who do want to make rules.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think it's a cool like system. I'm definitely a fan of it. And this auto buy definitely has me buying stuff on Chain Champs much more often now. So great. I think it definitely works for what they're trying to build. I was a big fan of it.
Let's see. Do you want to go into maybe like looking at market stuff, and then we can jump into the 100 wax investment as well after that, and then Lou should probably show up and we can do some giveaways later.
Yeah, let's do that.
But if anyone has any questions, I guess like we can, if there's specific DeFi tech talk related things that people are curious about, you can always ask questions and we can maybe dive into that as well. Unless you had something specific planned, Max.
No, that's good. I also wanted to show, like, because we go over these like trading view charts often. I was going to show how you can actually use the metrics that I'm always using here on all of your charting. Like,
oh yeah, because you can use a lot of the same tools in Alcor Exchange.
On DeFi Box too. Like you could come to DeFi Box, and for example, tokens like CMW here, which we're doing in our current investment portfolio here. Like this one trades almost exclusively on DeFi Box. As far as liquidity goes, there's 200,000 wax bilateral like liquidity. That's way deeper than what it's trading on Alcor and anywhere else. So this is kind of like the main image of this marketplace. So if you click on here, to see the actual like the K line, it's called, we get our familiar like price graph, and we can change it to like days and 4-hour increments and all that like we usually do. But what you might not be aware of is that up here, this little button is where you can add indicators. So we can come here, scroll down, and add the Bollinger Bands. We can add the on balance volume by just typing OBV. And there it is, on balance volume. And then we can see the same metrics we were looking for before. Like here, when the big sell-off happened, the on balance volume fell as well. Since then, let's scoot it this way. The price has been relatively flat, but the on balance volume is climbing aggressively. These indicators, a rising on balance volume with a flat price indicates a bearish breakout or a bullish breakout is imminent. Like this might pump again. When will it pump? I don't know. Let's see. Let's go to the daily chart. Oh, look at that. We're under the Bollinger Band line, being rejected by the Bollinger Band line in a downtrend. Oh shit, we're about to fucking break above it. That's a perfect moment for a bullish breakout. Like right here is like we're so you can start to see these kind of like indicators to get a little more clarity on coins that maybe are harder to trade or harder to track. So it's nice to know that there's this little button up here. You can add, SRSI. Oh, the SRSI is probably maybe the RSI alone. SI, relative strength index. There it is. There it is. SRSI. And then you can see also, like, okay, cool. On the daily, oh god, I hit my scroller. On the daily, the SRSI is climbing kind of like to being oversold. On the 4-hour, very oversold. So maybe on the 4-hour, we retest back to the middle of the B-bands line before moving up. Who knows? But these indicators help us get that image. Same goes for if we're on Alcor. You could go to your markets tab. Let's say like Brawl and Wax, for example. This is one of the bigger volume exchanging tokens here too. Same deal up here. It's the little F with the indicators. You can see I've already added, and it saves it for me. I've already added the Bollinger Band lines, where we're also seeing a very similar thing. We're closing below the middle line. We're retesting that middle line and being rejected and continuing our move down. The OBV is also just sinking into the fucking ground. Like, this token is selling off. Value is leaving the market. The price action is decreasing, and the on balance volume is dropping. Exactly what we're expecting to see. So we know it's maybe not yet the time to like ape in, because the prices are now as low as they've ever been for Brawl. It's like, oh, does this mean that's the best time to buy? Well, I don't know. According to the unbalanced volume on this market, we're still having a pretty clear trend of money leaving the network, or leaving this order book, basically, meaning that this price could still venture lower. So I did the same thing on like a market, like some of these other smaller cap coins that like exclusively trade on Alcor, like I like CMW, for example, right? Like CMW from
Credit Metaverse.
Or I'm sorry, CPR.
Oh, Coin Pirates.
Coin Pirates. That one only trades here. Oh, look at that. It's up 154% in 7 days. And this is exactly the perfect time to actually look at why I wanted to pull this up, is because look at Coin Pirates. The price of Coin Pirates has been either flat or like just dropping, while the on balance volume has been much lower in the past and climbing and not making that same low. Look at the low that the on balance volume made, while the price was dramatically higher over here. Like, look at this. That's the low. The price of it was like way higher. Now it has sold off from there, but it never made that same low. And the price just kept falling. So again, this is kind of like, I'm interested in buying shit like this when you know, on balance volume trends up, but price trends down. So it's nice to have like indicators on these charts too. So you're not limited to using this type of technical analysis that we talk about on Tuesdays. It's not limited to just like Bitcoin and Ethereum and like the SPY, or, you know, like the big boy, like metrics here. You can use the same shit on all of these swap platforms. I'm like 90% sure you can do it on Taco Swap. I haven't tried yet, but let's fucking just try it in real time. So if we go to Taco Swap, there's this little icon up here. This brings up okay, so this doesn't look like it's a hosted version of TradingView, and TradingView is what lets you do all those indicators, where you can see like on here, this is like by TradingView. You can even see it charts by TradingView. All right, it says right here. Same goes for what's this called? Same deal here. These charts are also by TradingView. So TradingView is like the front end API that's used to display these graphs. If that's the case, then you can add those indicators. It's not the case here, so I don't see the option for adding indicators on Taco Swap just yet. My assumption is they'll eventually have that type of option, or they'll have their own aggregator for the price information. Personally, I'd really prefer TradingView because it like lets you do a lot more. Like, you can see, we can add all these different metrics and get a much clearer indicator like image, because we have TradingView hosting the chart information. Anyway, just wanted to say, if you feel like what we're going over on Ethereum here is not relevant to the stuff that you're interested in trading, just be aware that all of these metrics and these kind of like indicators are available to you within the WAX space as well. You don't have to be looking at like, you know, Ethereum or bigger charts. But all of that said, let's take a closer look here at what's happened this week with Ethereum. So we had the CPI report happen last week, Wednesday. Inflation numbers were better than expected, and the markets rallied. It was kind of the opposite what I was hoping for, but still getting kind of like a move up. And this time here, look at this OBV sell-off on this last very small like price move down, where we're basically at the same price we were like here-ish. Definitely not quite as low as we are here, but take a look at the unbalanced volume. It's definitely trending down compared to where we were. So we're about as low on balance volume today as we were here. where the price was much lower. This to me suggests we might be trending down a little bit in the coming week. I'm still kind of a bear when it comes to crypto prices and equity prices in general. I think the markets are overvalued, and I think that we're due for a correction on the legacy markets and the SPY, and I expect that correction to pull down the crypto markets. And here's what the SPY looks like this week. Still climbing kind of aggressively, honestly. But also looking at this, last time we had this price action was around here at an OBV still higher than we are at now. Same goes for the previous time there. We're around here. All of these previous prices that reflect like what we're at currently with the spot price of the SPY had a higher OBV, suggesting that the on balance volume is still not making a higher high despite the prices making similar price actions. And then you see the unbalance the SRSI is also overbought and has been for days, almost for a full week. Let's zoom out a little further and take a look at the overall chart of the SPY, because it really is kind of like remarkable to see the difference between a bull and a bear kind of trend. So here you have, this is the COVID market collapse, and then here it goes bear from, or it goes bull from here, and it's just like, the corrections are very minor. Even the ones that flip the super trend to short, not a huge amount of volatility. We're just kind of climbing and climbing and climbing until we hit the top of our market, and then you can see the volatility really is dramatically different on the downside than it is on the upside. Like, this picture really kind of puts that into perspective for me, at least. Like, a bear cycle is more or less consistent, not necessarily aggressive pumps, but maintained upward price action, where a bull market, I keep fucking confusing those, and a bear market is sustained down moves with aggressive corrections. Like, look at this. Like, we dropped to here and then pumped all the way up to here. I don't know that, like, this from here to here registered barely with new on balance volume, suggesting that this price increase was not joined or coupled with an increase in money moving into these markets, which is the metric that the OBV is tracking. Again, I think we're retesting old support levels, like around here, like kind of where we are now, and I think we'll be rejected and continue this downtrend into the future. I think probably at least back to like the peak of pre-COVID collapse, which is substantially lower. We're at like 429, 430 right now, and the COVID collapse peak was 345 or 350. So that's quite a few points for the SPY to fall. And I expect that to still happen, even though we're not seeing the price action play out as cleanly as we're hoping. And
I think it's a lot of reaction to news. There's been a lot of, trying to trade based off news is always a dangerous game to play. And, if you're able to time the market like that, then you're probably already very rich and you're not listening to us. But
yeah.
It seems like there's a lot of things that are kind of getting talked about just generally to make, as far as the health of the economy. There's a lot of positive jobs numbers, a lot of inflation numbers that came lower than anticipated, even though they're still pretty bad. I'm not commenting on inflation, but people were really looking for like some good news. So even like slightly less worse than we anticipated is still like a huge rallying cry. So it's interesting. I think the market's really looking for any good news to react to because it's been trading sideways so much. And then I think there's I think interest rates coming in a slightly lower, interest rate hikes coming in lower than anticipated. And this was all like within the last month or so. So I really think this is a lot of optimism. But over the long term, I would not be surprised if it starts to correct a little bit, because in my opinion, at least, the real economy that you're experiencing every day doesn't feel that great. The Main Street economy versus like the Wall Street economy they're apples and oranges here. So eventually these things start to correct in my opinion.
Something my dad told me actually about these markets in general was long ago already, like back in like 2008 or something, when I was first kind of like figuring out like that the economy was, you know, built on this speculation level, and that
Because
the
that's what
majority.
19-year-olds think about.
Well, I mean, I had like, yeah, I guess. I mean, the whole like housing market, everything collapsed in 2008, and I didn't own houses. I had like money from a part-time job, and I was like, oh, this is the moment where I should buy stocks. Like this is the moment. Like everything just hit the toilet. I bought shares of Apple for like $80 a share. I think they're like $130 a share now, but they've split like 4 times already. So like
Mhm.
it's an absurd like profit on those plays. It was a great time to buy, and it was accurate. But after 2008, the markets had been irrational, and there is a saying in like in investor communities that goes like markets can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent.
Yeah.
Which that's fair. But the thing that I was gonna say that my dad told me long ago back then too was also that was like on a long enough timeline, all assets yield to reality. And we just haven't been in reality when it comes to valuations in these markets
It's all
for
uncharted
years.
territory, you know, like to come off of like the COVID economy, it's still trying to find its place as things start to normalize. I think there's just a lot of things that are just completely new to our society and just generally the markets as a whole. A lot of crazy, big changes, and you know, you see all kinds of shifting towards gig economy, shifting towards work from home, shifting towards people not working because they're not getting paid enough. There's all kinds of crazy macro trends you're seeing in the economy and just kind of the last wild few years here. Again, this is all just our commentary, really, but
Yeah.
it is kind of fascinating to see a lot of unprecedented new things and seeing how the market reacts to it. And that stuff kind of takes time for it to kind of find its flow and really kind of price in some of these unusual changes that there isn't much of a historical precedent for.
Yeah, agreed.
Just pause real quick.
Yeah.
Chain chimps. So I wasn't paused on this. I don't think you earn chimp coin based on the rarity you pull. I think it's all equal based on the amount of chimps that you have. Although I read the white paper again, it didn't really say what the distribution rate is. Is it just like 1 chimp per week, or do you have
It
these?
was, yeah, it's something like that. I think it was 10
It's not
chimps.
publicly posted very well.
It was just they're just kind of like feeling it out, I think, is my
Yeah.
assumption here. I have like, I don't know, too many. I have multiple chimps. So
Yeah.
I got quite a bit
For
dropped to me.
context, I have 1 chimp and I have 8 chimp change.
Okay, there you go. So yeah, I have like.
So I don't
10
know.
or something.
I'd have to look in more. I was sniffing around in the Chain Champs Discord, and I couldn't really find a lot as far as how much they release. Okay, I think it's 2 chimp per week from what I can see. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, yeah, that's not terrible. So that's being able to basically make 2 rules, or 1 rule that lasts all week, because 1 rule lasts 3 days, and then you can remake it, and then you have basically 6 days of coverage from your 2 chimp. Not bad. It's
Okay,
definitely
sorry,
like
I just wanted to clear that up.
yeah, no sweat. It's definitely a premium feature. But yeah, let's take a look at what we're seeing here in the Ethereum chart. And since that's the one we're following closely, I'll also pull up the Bitcoin chart here. It looks very similar, honestly. The Bitcoin chart's even a little cleaner on the way up here, where you can see on the daily, it had been retesting the middle B-band line and bouncing up. We're kind of hitting that moment again here, where we're going to retest this B-band line. I think we're coming out on an end of this like steam. We're running out of steam is my assumption. I want to see this price continue further down, especially with Ethereum, and I expect Ethereum to fall in the coming week. It needs to close below around 1750, like around here. If it closes below where like the current middle B band line is, that's it for this uptrend, like uptrend over. And at that point, I would start opening short sells again. To be honest, I'm a bit of a degen, and I shorted a little bit up here already.
Yeah, I degen pretty hard optioning on the in the stock market, and your boy Mark lost lots of money. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. It comes with the territory. So hence why we don't give financial advice, because you know, we don't always win.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a degen. I have a risk tolerance that makes sense for my personal like portfolio. So I, given that tolerance, have opened like a few short sells on Ethereum at 19, I think 50 per unit. So those shorts are already like almost $100 per unit in profit. So if I, you know, bought back the Ethereum now, I could make $100 per Ethereum that I shorted. All that said, you know, a short position requires maintenance in the form of interest paid for the loan. So I also own, you know, interest for having that loan to Ethereum. And if the value of the Ethereum climbs, I don't just own the more expensive, I don't just owe back the more expensive Ethereum. I owe back the Ethereum and the interest and the appreciation in price for both. So definitely not something that, if you're not like comfortable doing that kind of stuff, don't fuck with it. But again, what I'd like to see for like confirmation for these short plays is a close below 1750, like definitely a little bit below 1800. So we're still like in a spot where we can find support at some of these lines, continue bouncing, moving upwards, and we're still below like our, you know, Gandalf line, which could still see us moving to the 3000 range with Ethereum price, while still effectively being in the downtrend, the general downtrend here. Like, yoink, we could pump all the way to like here and then continue falling down and, you know, keep that up. And like I said, bear markets, like on the way down, will have a lot more volatility and, generally speaking, more aggressive pumps than bull markets do. Which is also something that's a kind of a pitfall for new investors. You see an asset start to pump very aggressively, and you're like, oh, bear market's over. Like, look at this. How would you have otherwise gone up 200% in the last 3 weeks? And the reality is like, well, you do that because the market was about to go down like 400%. You know, 400% being like 80% of a loss, because obviously you can't lose more than 100%. On a price action. But yeah, you can see a lot of like these assets, like here's CMW or a CRV. I really like CRV, is one of my like go-to kind of like favorite DeFi coins. But you can see how aggressively it went from 60 cents to $1.30. So more than 100% pump on this retest. And again, the general trend, it's not making a higher high. You know, this is still significantly lower than the previous high up here. If it was making a higher high, we'd be looking at like $3, and that would be a move from 60 cents to $3, which is like 600% up. So, you know, keeping that in mind for like, you know, these price actions are aggressive on both sides of this coin, kind of. Here we can see this is the WAX P price. So with WAX, we've been kind of like slow and steady climbing. You can see we got most aggressive action here when we actually broke the super trend up, or the super trend down. So it switched to long here. Let me toggle between two assets to get it to draw it better. But you can see we were kind of doing this. We fell all the way to like my bear market price of 8 cents. This was a little bit exacerbated by the Terra Luna collapse. I have to like be honest, I did not expect WAX to collapse that quickly, that fast, but all of crypto was a little bit accelerated by Terra Luna, you know, losing billions of dollars and annihilating its investors. But since then, we kind of bounced off of the bear market target, which is funny because I drew this red line like when we were still at like 20 cents. So I drew this like dark line thing like way long ago, and we did hit it. I expected it to kind of like possibly push further down than that. But again, we hit it. We bounced off of it. We found support above the B band line, continued to bounce on that B band line. And that's where we're at now with WAX. So, and then also, let's see, how's our on balance volume doing? You can see price action around the same as it was over here. On balance volume, dramatically higher. See, there's like this giant gap there. But of course, general trend in on-balance volume, actually not too bad. You had a big sell-off here during that like initial dump, and then since then, the on-balance volume has actually been climbing since around here, which is here. So you can see the on-balance volume, meaning money entering the WAX market through Qcoin. We got to keep in mind that we're looking only at the Qcoin trading book right now. Since the fall to about 11 cents, before the fall to 8 cents, the on-balance volume at Qcoin has been increasing, meaning money has been entering the WAX market at Qcoin. Let's take a look at WAX on another marketplace. We can do that on TradingView by just clicking the WAX peak price, and then here you can see Binance, Qcoin, Bitrex, all the different exchanges offering WAX pairs. So Binance is one of the biggest centralized exchange operations by volume, and their on-balance volume is quite an important metric as well, I would say. And look at this. Money entering on Binance and not leaving. Price taking a shit. Money staying put. This is bullish as fuck. Like this suggests that like, oh my god, look, there's about as much money entering the markets on Binance at the price of like 11 cents as there was back when the price was like 50, 60 cents. So even though the price is 5 times lower, the OBV at Binance is almost the same. This is like very bullish. This kind of indicates like, okay, there's money waiting to like break out. Let's take a look at another market that trades this. We saw Bitrex, Qcoin, we saw Binance and Qcoin. Let's look at Bitrex. Bitrex is a Washington State-based one. Same deal. Look at this. Climbing OBV as the price rose. And then as the price dropped back down to where it was here when we started the climb, OBV stayed. Money entered WAX and stayed in the market. And again, here on Bitrex, we're actually testing the super trend short. We're almost closing above it, almost flipping this. Again, what we could see here is, because we are getting kind of overbought, we could see this drop back down to the middle B-band line before pumping and breaking that trend. A pump like that could be quite aggressive. Again, I think the macro picture, the overall equity markets are overbought. I think there's due for a continued downtrend, and I personally am a bit of a bear when it comes to investing currently. I think the crypto markets and the equity markets are going down. All of that said, WAX still seems like a pretty healthy marketplace as far as like, man, the price is taking a hit, but the money in the market is not. Like the money has entered the market and did not escape. And then you could see, for example, tokens that are like designed to drain value out of their economies will just tank into the negative numbers on the on-balance volume, which I feel like I'm not a big fan of it's not a secret, I guess. I'm not a big fan of like the Gnomes kind of like creator and the Landbox token. And I feel like we'll see that here. If I pull up the on-balance volume for this chart, my assumption is this is just going straight into the toilet because people are just moving money out of these assets. So pulled up the OBV for this. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, exactly what I expected to see. OBV is just trending down, lower lows, lower highs, all the way down. So you can see this indicates money is leaving this market. People are using Landbox to more or less pull value out of the asset, which is why we're seeing again, if this was climbing while the price was falling, oh man, I might be bullish on this stuff. You know, I might be like, oh, maybe I should buy it into it. Maybe a few weeks ago, if we were under 10 wax, I might have been like, oh yeah, maybe you should like look into this. But these additional indicators help me to see I don't want to be exit liquidity for all this money leaving. And like we're at, negative 4,000. It's not ideal. But so yeah, again, using kind of those indicators to get a more clear picture, I think is always a good move. But as a small recap here of what I'm seeing in the charts, it's looking like we're we're starting to, like, I'm most informed by Ethereum and Bitcoin and SPY. And on these charts, on the daily timeline, we are in the overbought territory. We're not necessarily making higher highs. As you can see, like previous levels here, higher OBV or about the same, kind of flat. It's uncertain. The signals aren't really strong yet. I'm waiting to see confirmation of the trend reversing by waiting for a day to close below, let's say, close below 1750. If we close below 1750, I would assume this uptrend here will end, which is again visualized by a daily close below this orange middle Bollinger Band line. So let's keep an eye on that and see where we close. I do think that we have, so to caveat all of that bearish sentiment, long term, I'm a hardcore like perma bull for crypto. I think crypto is here to stay. I think it's a revolution in technology and in finance, and I think the value behind it, basically, I think the value behind crypto is cryptocurrencies create a system that keep their users honest, and the world is in desperate need of honest users. And because you can't trust people to be honest just because they're good people, and there is good people, I don't want to make it sound like there's not good people, but because you can't trust people to do the right thing out of their kindness of their heart, trusting a system that requires people to act in a deterministic way is, in my opinion, the next best thing. So I think cryptocurrencies are like a valuable asset class to add to the world, because it is a system that keeps its users honest, and the world is full of dishonest systems, to be blunt. Let's
go.
It's tough. That's kind of like my long term, I do want to see this stuff go, but what we're doing here is trading week to week. So in the coming week, I'm also seeing, especially here on the daily, the stock RSI, you can see, let me double click this guy. The orange line and the blue line kind of like chase each other. When the blue line is on this side, or like basically when the orange line is ahead of the blue line, it indicates that the price is moving down still. When the orange line falls behind the red line, it indicates that the price is moving up. So you have that going on here. Orange line, or I might have said that backwards, but like what we're seeing here is like orange line in front of blue line, price moving down, and then you'll get the same thing here. Orange line in front of blue line, price moving down, and then here it flips. So let's see what happened at the flip. Here where it flips is right at the end of the sell-off, this little red chunk where the orange line is in front. Here's the flip, and then now that the blue line is now like more in front here, then you get like kind of the climb. In general, that's kind of like the direction. It's not an end-all be-all thing. It's just an indicator to kind of help determine price direction in the more immediate future. And because it is set up like that, and we can zoom out also, let's take a look how it looks on the weekly. On the weekly, we're still approaching climbing, and you can see we're actually still below the middle B-bands line. So still very clearly in a bear market. This is actually the cleanest look of the bear market so far. Here where you can see climbing. First time we ever dropped below the B-bands line, but then we topped off again, and then here broke the middle B-bands, and then we've been being rejected from it. My assumption is we will continue to see that rejection around this middle line. And again, we are approaching overbought on the weekly. And now I bet if we start going to the smaller timelines, it changes again. This is on the 4 hour. So it looks like in the very short term, we're oversold and we could move up again. But again, if we look out, let's zoom out a bit here and see what do oversold conditions produce. And you can see, like, for example, here at this price point, we were already 100% at the bottom of the oversold, and we just stayed there flatlining while the price did a lot more selling off. So just because we've reached the top or the bottom of the SRSI doesn't necessarily mean we've reached the end of the price action. So again, here we're seeing on the 4-hour, we are kind of finding support at this line. I expect that support to break, but again, I can't make a clear decision of what's happening with the direction until we actually break, you know, effectively like the super trend line. But it would be on the 1 day. It's kind of like the more realistic chart to track. And that line is around like 750. Like it'd be around here, like, which is that middle B bands line. So we're looking for this line here, which I'll make green so that we'll know that this is the line we're waiting for. And next week when we take a look, we'll see how close to you know, breaking through this we got, or if we did actually lose that support and move below. Other than that, we should probably transition into what are we going to do with our investment. So let's do that. I'm going to select a wallet.
Invested by a lot.
Man, that CMW pool has been pretty legit. It's hanging steady. I missed the first round when you were doing the CMW stuff, but I bought in when it was about 1 wax to 1 CNW, and seems to be hovering around the 1.44 with still like 700 plus APR. So like, so it's been going pretty strong as of late. You know, I thought there was going to be a little bit more of a rush from Landbox back into CMW when it got re-incentivized, but you know, even so, it's still, consistency isn't a bad thing, even if it's not going up or down.
Certainly, I agree with that. And that's kind of like why we initially were like, let's do this as a move, especially collectively, is because the documentation for the CMW token, the distribution model, and everything suggests that this is sustainable for multiple months. Whereas the Landbox stuff, I mean, I read their white paper. It's there's nothing there. Like they don't even explain what the distribution mechanics are.
Yeah, and the bottom could fall out at any time, because if it's propped up by hype rather than tokenomics, you know, the hype, you'll never see it coming. You can never time that.
No. That's a scam.
So let's take a look at how we done. So right now I'm gonna go back to my wallet. We're at 133, so we're up 33%, and that's before we claim this week's rewards. We had, I think, 16 wax in this pool, which is down to 10. We lost almost 60% due to you know, impermanent loss, or what I would prefer to call decay loss, because it's certainly not impermanent. If the price doesn't come back, we're fucked. So let's take a look at, were we able to use the mining of Landbox to keep pace with the depreciation of its token value? So let's find out. I'm going to go to this and then say mining, and then we can see I only earned 0.163 Landbox tokens and an additional 5.2. So let's claim these. Claiming. Ooh, I put my password in here. Does not match. Oh, it's okay. There we go. I didn't have my number lock on. All right, so I've claimed my rewards. Now I'm gonna just toggle back to and let's see what's so we're at 141 in wax. Not bad, honestly. We started with 104, I think. We started with 100 wax initially. Either way, we're up almost 40% now. Like that's quite significant.
But you can see like month, 2 months, probably like 2 months.
Yeah, coming up on 2 months, I think. Yeah. Either way, 40% in 2 months is fucking nuts. Like we're doing really well, guys. I'm proud of us. But let's take a look and reassess some of these positions. So like I said, it was at least 14. I think it might have been close to 16 in here. And for having that wax, we're earning 1. So we've lost, let's assume it was 14. We've lost 4 wax and we made 1.25 back. So we're losing like 30% out of this position in a week, even given the 700% APY. That mixed with the fact that I personally distrust the Landbox creators and I don't understand the tokenomics, I think we should bail and let's not expose ourselves. It is just 10 wax, but I think we can do better with the 10 wax somewhere else.
At least you tested it out a little bit.
Yeah, we tested the waters, and we slept on it for a week, and no more information came out through their white paper. I don't know if you've ever read their white paper, but it I feel like we should just read it just to fucking laugh about it because it's so ridiculous.
I have invested by a lot.
Here, let's see if I can find it quickly.
Oh my god!
If you can click on info up here, it usually brings you to. Yeah, it brings up this thing, so then I can go find this on the market. I'm sorry, on the web.
That guy just sneaks in, barely speaks, but is just rocking the soundboard.
I'm in the shadows lurking with the soundboard.
About abilities, team, roadmap. Let's see. Is there a
What's
roadmap? I don't know where the fucking white paper is.
Here, someone hit me up with it in Discord.
Maybe it's
totally
in about. Or
maybe. Let's see. About us. Our goal, roadmap. Token launch. You'd think that you'd have some information about a hard cap, like how it's distributed. What are the schedules for the distribution? How long is that token going to be incentivized? Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to find.
I feel like it's also not a good sign if you can't find the white paper on the website.
Yeah, very strange. Let me pull up our Discord and type it up really quick. Let me go to general and then search for Landbox. We only pretty much talk about it when it's here. That's a giveaway. Here it is. Landbox Git book. Tokenomics. This tokenomics section that we're looking at right here, that's it. And let's hear what they have to say about their token. So 100 million total Landbox tokens. Okay. Appear to be 85 million Landbox for play to earn tokens. Okay. How are those distributed? What what is that subcategory? What's the timeline for that distribution for play to earn? Who knows? It's a mystery. Team and ecosystem tokens, 15 million Landbox. So 15% of the total supply. Does that include where the incentives for the liquidity pool are coming from, or is that coming from this play to earn section? I have no idea. Let's see. So it's here. Computer mining pack sales, 22% of Landbox will be burned. Are they talking about you buy these packs with Landbox and then 22% of those are burned? This is unclear as fuck to me. I don't know what the hell.
Yeah, where does Landbox come into the sale? They must sell it in the token, but there's a lot to interpret there.
So they sell mining blocks for their own token, and those miners passively mine the token.
And 28% of it gets sent to the PTE distribution. So they're selling tokens, and then you can mine back what you bought the 28% of the tokens used to buy it. Apparently, it gets used to redistribute through those. So you might as well just hold on to those tokens.
Also, what happens with the other 50%? There's just 50% missing.
50% is okay, and where does that go? Okay, wait.
And then do they take the 50% as profit and dump it, and then fuck you with the Landbox token? If they're gonna pay themselves, if that's the proceeds for the company, they're basically telling you for them to make money, they have to dump 50% of the token from any sale.
It also says 0.5% of the team token will be distributed to Team 1 and Team 2 accounts every month. When did they introduce Team 1 and 2? What are those teams? Here's the wallets for the teams, and it says it'll take 30 months for the token to be fully distributed. That's talking about the 15%. So 30 months is the vesting term for the team's tokens. Okay, that at least is clear. Here's the team tokens address where you can see that they sent the tokens to themselves, and then they have some monthly burning, replenishing of PTE.
That also, math doesn't add up.
It doesn't add up, yeah.
times 30 that's 15%.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like these don't make up. And then here's the 22% from pack sales. Apparently, here's how it was distributed. But again, where's the fit? This only adds up to 22% of the. I thought that 22% was supposed to be burned. Why is it going to team 1 and team 2? Or am I misunderstanding what they're saying
Yeah,
here?
if it's burning, who gives a shit where it goes? Right?
Yeah. It says 22% will be burned, and then 28% to P2E distribution. And then here, it breaks down 22% burn is going to the, like, I don't understand what's happening. Like, these tokenomics, it's unclear at best, and it's like, honestly, it's non sequitur. It doesn't fucking make sense. Like,
What did that last
these-
sentence say?
Well, it's like they're just throwing out a bunch of like they're using the right words, but not really
August
putting
will be
them in the
complete
right
the first
order.
week of September. What the fuck does that mean? They would go out in August after August is what that says.
So again, like when we bought into the CMW token, we understood the distribution model for the next 6 months. We see the contract addresses and we saw like the opportunity clearly. With this, we saw a high interest rate on the market here under markets, and we thought maybe we could make some money because this is a high number. I think after a week of testing this and given the like information available to invest on, I would personally say this is not an investable asset. This is not something I want exposure to personally. So
yeah, I would want to see the actual burns. Like, you need to show me a transaction saying you burn it, because I would, an easy thing for, and I'm not saying that they're doing this, I haven't looked into it enough, but an easy way for you to be a shady person in this scenario is to put things in a burn wallet and then just redistribute that stuff you're supposed to burn back into the tokenomics of what you're paying out. So you're even more just recirculating all of this token without losing any money, and you just get caught spinning your wheels. So I would need proof to know that you actually burned it.
Yeah, so here is a 22% from July's pack sale burned transaction. Landbox.gm activity, and it's Landbox burn action. So it does seem like they have but again, it's like, why is this 22% being burned while this 22% is being allocated? What happened to the 28%? Like, why, like at this point, why isn't this 28% and this 22%? That's how I understand this.
Yeah, 22% is being burned. I don't know why they're burning in those specific wallets. Then and I guess the other 52% is profit, I guess, and that just goes back to,
does that go to the team? Does that
to
go
a
into the
treasury?
mining pool?
And is it being, and if it's being paid in Landbox, how are they going to sell it? Are they going to sell it on a distribute or a selling schedule or something like that? I mean, you're basically assuming that the team's going to dump on you the whole time.
Yeah, there's basically not enough information. Like, I'm not saying that this token or this project is necessarily a scam, but this stinks. like this reeks of scam to me. Like, I'm not about to like keep our assets from our DeFi play here exposed to this. So let's remove the liquidity from that pool. We're going to do that by going to swap, toggling over to liquidity, and then scrolling down to find our liquidity here, Landbox WAX, and say reduce liquidity, and then toggle to 100% and sign this transaction. So this is going to split the liquidity from Landbox WAX back into those same tokens, but inside my wallet. Oh, right. I don't need my ledger for that. So now I can go back up here to swap. I have my, and then also I'm going to swap my rewards from the week. So I'm going to swap my CMW into WAX as well. Let's do this. And then even though I want to like participate in some other investment strategies, maybe we could hit up Taco Swap and do something there.
Yeah.
I do still need to stick to the discipline of my strategy here. And that strategy is to make 100% of our initial investment back before we start something new. So let's do that. I'm going to swap out the remaining Landbox here. It gets me 6 WAX. and let's see how close are we to having recovered 100 wax from our from our collected rewards. So to check that, I'm going to go back to my tab, and then what we had been doing is putting our collected rewards into this pool here, wax USDT. It's now 75 wax. We have an additional 18, almost 19. So we could get up to like 94 wax. We're almost done. So I think for one more week, it's pertinent here to participate in continuing topping off this pool and see our strategy through to the end, rather than aping into the next thing before we've been made entirely whole. So let's do that as well. I'm going to go back to swap, and then this time I'm swapping to USDC, or SDT rather. And I'm doing that with half of the value in my portfolio here. It's 18.7, so that would be 9.35 wax. That gets me $1.12. So go ahead and make this swap. So we've made that swap successfully. Now we can toggle back over to liquidity. It's already set to this pool. I'm going to say add liquidity, and then toggle here, see which side has the coverage I need. So this will work. By that, I mean, you can see I have 937 and I need 934. If I were to say 937, now this is too much and this transaction would fail. So I'm just going to choose the side that keeps me solvent, and then sign this transaction as well. And once we've done this, we can take a look at how's our wax done in this pool versus if we had just held it. So I say return, and now to see that, I just scroll down here and we can see here we had already contributed to this pool 51 wax and $5.15. We now only have 56.9, so 46.9, so 47 wax and $5.63. So we're up like 50 cents and down, what is that, like
5 wax.
Four wax.
4 wax.
Yeah, which
at 13 cents a pop,
not too bad. So we can actually
not
check
even.
4 wax. Yeah, that's about even. So we're still kind of like holding true to like what we were expecting. And at this point, 51 wax, we've effectively pulled out 102 wax worth from our mining. So even though now if I go to 1, even though we're not
so you're all on house money now, huh?
Yeah, even though we're not quite at 100 anymore, we can now assume we've done about 102 wax into this. So it's down in terms of wax, up in terms of dollars. But I would consider this, we've now reached a point where our liquidity mining investment of CMW wax and for 1 week, the Landbox wax has made us back our principal in full. So
in like
we've
6
doubled.
weeks.
Yeah, in 6 weeks, which is actually, we were looking at a 1 month ROI. And so because the ROI for this was expected to go down as more people entered the pool and as the interest rates or prices fluctuate, we doubled that projection and assumed that we should be expecting to become whole in 2 months or 8 weeks. The fact that we've done it in 6 is fantastic, wonderful. So we've successfully done this, and I think next week will be the move where taking our profits from this from next week's yield, any type of yield that we make next week, we should look at possibly investing into a more aggressive strategy now, because we've sufficiently hedged our initial capital by keeping it within this pool. So I feel like we're doing pretty well, starting with 100 wax up to 142. Only using DeFi plays and fungible token investments on wax. And as this DeFi scene is growing with the introduction of stuff like Taco Swap, with the implementation of what Paco was telling me yesterday, that the person who makes Alcor is working on a migration of the Uniswap V3 math to basically implement that onto wax, so that in the future you'll be able to supply liquidity to Alcor pools using the V3 model, not the V2 model, which all of what we're doing right now is the V2 model, where when we when we go to add liquidity here. We're adding this liquidity for a price range of $0 to infinity dollars. So there's no, even if the price goes up 1,000,000%, we'll still have assets on both sides of this pool. Just, way fewer on the side that didn't increase, or on the side that increased because it was sold off into the side that didn't. Now, V3 pools would allow you to specify a price range for your own. I guess we'll talk about it when it actually becomes relevant. It's kind of complicated, but I'm looking forward to all that. And so there is an emerging decentralized finance kind of like scene in the WAX space. And I think this is a great kind of like, investment that we're doing week after week to try to like navigate the emerging space of DeFi and, try and succeed, I would say, because we're up 40% in 2 months.
Yeah, there's a lot more options now than what was even like, 6 months ago. Or even a year ago. So the fact that you have DeFi Box, Alcor Exchange, and Taco Swap to all do DeFi strategies or just generally play around with different tokens and token pairs and incentivize liquidity, it's kind of nice to see, and it's all relatively new. And WAX DAO as well. So I mean, there's like 4 options basically, as opposed to Alcor Exchange was only the only act in town until like a year ago. Right,
for real. The other thing I'd like to point out too for this specific strategy, part of what I've been thinking and keeping in mind while doing this is the scalability of this position. And I'm happy to say from personal experience, because I do the same shit with my own wallet, you can do this strategy with like 10,000 WAX. You don't have to do it with just 100. Like it works, it scales because the liquidity is there. For the pools that we're messing with, there is, the ability to buy. I think I started doing this with 5,000 WAX on my own wallet instead of 100. And it,
you absolutely tank the pool for WAX USDT if you try to buy.
For USDT, you'd be finished. Yeah, no, but for I was talking about the things that we're using to make our money, which would be
you can do it in CMX because CMX has really deep
CMX, CMX, and even Landbox would have been able to.
Or CMW, sorry, CMX is the Metaforce one.
CMW. Yeah, so I could do like 5,000 WAX, and it's taking a 4% hit on that swap. But
not as bad as I thought.
Yeah, but we're seeing we're seeing like almost 1% or something per day when we started doing this, and this was actually even higher. Like I think this was at like 300,000 WAX at one point, where you were actually able to make those trades. So if we had done this with 1,000 WAX instead of 100 WAX, we'd be up 400 WAX right now. Or $70 instead of $7 since we started with 10. So it is nice to know that even though there is, there's a lot of opportunities on WAX for microtransaction and micro gains. It's nice to know that even in the DeFi scene, there is opportunities that can scale with, if you wanted to do this with 1,000 instead of with 100, you actually could. Whereas, certain things like, I don't know, like buying an NFT for an arbitrage opportunity, you can do that for the one NFT that exists at that opportunity, and that one NFT might be 5 WAX, and then you couldn't scale that strategy to like 500 WAX. So it's nice that fungible token strategies do scale. Same goes for like the box WAX. I do this one on my own wallets too, and this one does a lot of like pays out in box like token pretty well, and it'll absorb huge purchases. Like you could do 10,000 for this one, and you're taking less than 2% of a hit on buying those tokens, which is nice. And Box Token exists on centralized exchanges that also have arbitrage opportunities. For example, right now, Box Token is trading on a centralized exchange for, it was having a nice pump this morning. Let's see if that continued. Box Tokens trading for $1.12. I can buy them here for $1.10. That's 2 cents. That's a 2% arbitrage opportunity. So like we saw, I could buy 10,000 for less than 2% price impact. So if I did 1,000 WAX, I would assume to take like a 0.2% price impact, meaning I could then take the remaining like 1.8% of that arbitrage opportunity and capitalize on it by selling those box tokens through a CEX. So there's lots of opportunities within DeFi that we're maybe not like exploring just yet, but once we get our little stack growing up a bit, we definitely should start, or we definitely will start branching out into that stuff too. But it's nice to be able to start from 100 and show that it's possible, you know? Anybody can kind of like, well, maybe not anybody, but like $10 is reasonable to like play around with if you're just trying to learn the ropes and, you know, participate in what I would still categorize as high risk investment strategies. But yeah, that's kind of like a nice overview of what this week is looking like to me and what we've done with how we've done with our DeFi plays. If there's anything else people wanted to look at on the WAX space, there's definitely some new developments. I know we went over before Lewis got here. We went over
WAX DeFi changing the payment reward from Ethereum to
WAX.
Yeah,
let's talk about that. That's actually fucking a big deal. Mark and I mentioned that WAX DeFi play was great last month.
Oh yeah, so they're changing the rewards into WAX P now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Ethereum based WAX P.
So, it's like wrapped WAX P. Why wouldn't they pay it in WAX E then?
I don't think it's wrapped. Or maybe
it's like WAX. It's WAX P issued on the Ethereum chain, so it is, I guess, kind of wrapped. I'm a little confused too about like, is WAX P and WAX E gonna exist side by side now on Ethereum chain? Let's switch network to Ethereum, and let's go to the DeFi app. Damn, I have 0.3 Ethereum from this shit. Let's go. It's paying out pretty good. That's pretty solid. And then let's see if I go to claim rewards now. Hell yeah.
Did they distribute WAX E this past epoch?
WAX G?
Or, sorry, WAX G. Yeah, WAX G. That's what I mean.
I'm not sure. I don't remember if I had this already from last time or if it was distributed this week. But it looks like I got 64 more to claim and 0.12 Ethereum. So this is what you used to get, and now the WAX P was added, and you can see it's an ERC20 token. When you have from that, basically the WAX G token is backed by Ethereum as well. So I imagine that now the piggy bank is also going to start accruing WAX P tokens instead of Ethereum. So the WAX G is going to also become backed by WAX P rather than ETH. I think it's really cool. I think it's like the way that the medium that described it really put it well, where they're saying the WAX and EOS.io blockchain side of this technology is perfectly tailored for NFTs and e-commerce, but not necessarily for the financial side of DeFi. And so to expose the WAX system to the like real liquidity depth that exists within DeFi, which exists on Ethereum, they have the bridge over to these Ethereum-based assets, so that now you have the EOS.io blockchain that is WAX P doing all the NFT stuff, generating revenue through the like tokenomics contract by that 2% fee and everything. And then all of the value that might want to transition and move into that network can now be bridged in from the DeFi space through Ethereum. It's a really clever way to like split the blockchains between what each blockchain excels in. So now we have WAX P focused on e-commerce, focused on NFT marketplace trading, and then we have Ethereum, which is already also focused on DeFi and financial like activity. And that way WAX, existing in both of these ecosystems, has exposure to the best of both worlds, with the best kind of in class, I would say, e-commerce infrastructure on the WAX P EOS.io chain, and then the best in class access to decentralized liquidity on the Ethereum blockchain. It's just interesting. Over the past, that had been split further, where the Ethereum side was paying out. Like you can see, my payouts are in Ethereum. So that has, as of this next epoch, so the next epoch that ends, it'll start paying exclusively in WAX P.
I think the last one, the last payout in Ethereum is August 31st, and then it'll be WAX P.
DNA as
Exactly.
how much you have in there. 0.12 ether is not bad.
I claimed my stuff a few times, but let's see.
Well, if you hit the little question mark, Max, it'll tell you how much of the pool you have.
Oh yeah, on the claim here.
Claim rewards, yeah. So hit that little thing, yeah.
My phone.
At least I
0.04.
think so. Oh, I feel like he has more than that.
0.04. I had much more than that. I also reduced my exposure to all liquidity pools at the start of the bear market. So I cut a decent amount, but this is from that 0.04, and it's 0.04% of. Let's see how deep that pool is.
Yeah, I'm pretty positive they distributed Wax G. I wish they had like a little summary, because they do a summary of how much the rewards were, but I don't think they say whether or not Wax G was distributed. But I'm 90% sure that this is more than I had last time I checked.
Yeah. Oh wait, why did it do that? I want to go to the charts.
But yeah, it looks like total Wax P burned in the latest epoch, which is basically a month. $5 million. That's
Last month was a 50% APY.
Yeah,
that's so fucking solid.
So the rewards they gave was the 53 ETH, which is the equivalent of $84,000, which is pretty wild. But yeah, it's a deep pool. It's a super deep pool, and I guess I'm curious if
8.3 million.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious if having Wax P as a ERC20 token kind of would expose and then give some exposure to the DeFi whales on Ethereum and exposes them to Wax P more directly than the current setup.
Let's see. And then what was my share of this?
0.04, I think.
0.04. Okay. So then I have. Hey, where's the calculator? Here it is. Times 0.0. Let's see, that'd be 404, like that. $3,200 in that pool right now. So it's not anywhere near what it was when I was doing this during like the Farmers World days. But part of that is also like I was pulling out and I'm expecting to push back in when I get a chance to buy more wax at like 10 or 8 cents or something like that. I'm still a bit of a bear, like I said. So a lot of my like exposure is still in cash and stable coin equivalents.
Well, do we want to pivot to giveaways here? We've gone full 2 hours.
Oh shit. Yeah, then yes. That was I feel like we covered quite a bit of what I wanted to talk about.
What'd you say, Mac?
Or more about Wax DeFi and the Wax P thing, since that'll be happening at like next month anyway. We got some time to go over it.
Yeah, we can go over it. I can show how to participate in it too, because it is actually really fucking lucrative. Like we said, this last payout represents 50% APY paid in Ethereum.
But yeah, we went over quite a bit actually. We did the 100 wax investment kind of hedging strategies. We went over how to do the chain champs auto buy rule. Went over the market. Yeah, some good stuff.
Oh, we did this. We did the taco swap.
Taco swap meal rewards.
We talked about the CMX, the buyback program from Metaforce, and how you can trade in your champion. If you have champions of Nexus right now, you can trade them directly for CMX tokens. And then there's a CMX token bridge where you can turn your CMX NFTs into FTs. So that's definitely something.
Yeah, I jumped into that CMX NFT pool. That one's pretty good. 180 APR.
Helps for what Max was saying, where he's like, I wish I could just buy CMX. Now there's CMX liquidity on Taco Swap, so it'll be easier to buy it directly instead of having to blend if you don't want to.
And you can turn it back into like the tokens by sending your CMX token to waxbridge.mf with the memo burn. And it goes both ways. So if you do that with your NFTs, you get the FTs. And if you do that with your FTs, you get NFTs. NFTs are limited. NFT redemption through that bridge right now is limited to 1 CMX. So if you send like 10, you'll get 10 individual 1 CMX tokens, because they're not trying to mess with the blending process that requires the minting like NFTs as well.
I think Mike might have built that too.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Mike from WaxDAO.
Dope.
He's building like all sorts of fucking useful shit on this network for people. Mike's killing it.
An animal. He's just cranking out tools.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to corner the market on his Wojak tokens. I have hundreds of thousands already.
Jesus.
There's only 66 million too. I placed an order to buy 60 million on Alcor if the price falls to low enough. Because not a lot of people putting money like bids onto the Alcor order book. So I was like, sure, I'll buy all of these tokens if it falls to this price.
Yeah, I mean,
I do the same thing for like CMW and so other cryptocurrencies on Alcor that I actually like. And like CMW, I don't really think necessarily is going to moon or anything, but I do think I'm going to use it to like upgrade my ship for the next several months. I still like doing that.
CPR.
So, yeah, sorry, CPR. Yeah. So like I place like limit orders for tokens like that I'm like, oh no one's really trading this. And I'll look it up. Like CPR has 100 million total supply. So I put an order in to buy 100 million tokens at a certain price. And it's just like, yeah, if this hits, then I own them all. Like,
all right. So for giveaways, tomorrow, I believe, is the last day of Wombat Dungeons. So we got to fucking give away these season 4 promo packs because it'll be season 5 in like a week and 1 day. So,
oh yeah.
We'll
yeah,
give away.
We definitely covered a good amount of shit. Hopefully it didn't all go in one ear and out the other.
Yeah, we'll do it live.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Yeah, that's why it's video on demand. You know, you can go back, rewatch it.
Yeah, if you missed anything, this is being broadcast live on YouTube and Wax. I also saw that Dikenzas is actually watching on YouTube. If you're still watching, we mainly broadcast on Twitch, and we don't re-upload all of our videos to Twitch. So if you want to catch us 5 days a week, hop over to... I mean, I think I said that wrong. We don't broadcast to YouTube all the time, but we do always broadcast on Twitch. So you're going to be missing like Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday on YouTube. So if you want,
looks like we got over the 100 subscriber threshold. So thanks to everyone who followed or subscribed to us on YouTube.
Hey,
the idea that we have re-upload to YouTube is because the video on demand falls after 7 days on Twitch. So the interviews and the tech talks and the tutorials we try to put on YouTube so they live forever there.
Oh, looks like Matt is on YouTube as well. I didn't know people watch us on YouTube, but thank you. We appreciate it. But again, you're going to miss like half of our streams each week if you're only on YouTube. So just if you want more of us, hop on over to Twitch.
On Tuesdays, we definitely go. On Tuesdays, we definitely go the hardest into like the crypto markets and the like tech side of the stuff, though.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell. Here for the latest NFT alpha is like, yeah, today is the day of the week where we don't really talk about NFTs as much. So tomorrow we definitely we go over a bunch of fucking NFT stuff tomorrow, and then on Thursday we're interviewing Radiquest, which just launched a game on Wax. Friday we do Off the Rails, but you usually talk NFTs too, and then Saturday we play Fall Guys or do Super Blends.
Yeah, and then I'm personally like deep into like DeFi and stuff on like Ethereum, and I haven't talked about any of the DeFi protocols that I really like there in a while, just because I don't think our audience is that like interested in those things. But in the future, I still would love to like go into things like
forks and the gas gets cheaper.
Yeah, exactly. When it becomes more accessible, I'd love to talk about like Curve governance for Curve protocol or like Angle protocol's ability to like issue your own stable coins and stuff like that.
The gas gets cheaper too. It'll make more sense to fucking do the Wax Ethereum position, because I mean, right now it's like you can't do it with $10 or it'll burn it all in gas fees. If Ethereum 2.0 actually solves the gas fees, people might be able to participate in Wax governance with a much smaller amount, which will make it more accessible.
We might do that with our DeFi strategy. We might add some of that 100 Wax that we've now hedged. We might add that into the distribution pool so that we own a cut of all the NFT volume on Wax. It's a very unique strategy.
As more people invest in that are in our community, then they can use the profits from that to start joining other DeFi strategies. So I think we can like help transition people into Ethereum DeFi, and it'll this whole thing will make it easier, especially when if I don't know, we have no idea what the gas fees are going to be like for 2.0, but if they actually are super cheap, then it could be a lot easier for people in Wax to get into. Because I know the biggest thing stopping most people from trying to join that pool is like the fees for the bridge, the fees for the gas. Like we've been saying, like don't do it with under $1,000, and a lot of people are like, yeah, I don't have $1,000 to just move over into this pool.
I'm also like out of touch when it comes to those fees. Sometimes, like the other day, I was in a forum where we're talking about investing stuff, and I was like, "Oh man, Ethereum's getting so cheap. I only had to pay $4 for a swap on Uniswap," and people in the chat were like, "What the fuck? That's so much money for a swap." Which is like, yeah, but I'm used to paying like 40, so it's actually pretty good. But it's definitely very subjective, and it's very it's a big barrier of entry for a lot of people. I think you're right. like the steep transaction costs on those
Ethereum
networks.
is a whales game right now, and I think
No
Ethereum
doubt.
2.0 will open it up. Interesting to see what that does to all the fucking layer 2 solutions that like the only reason people are using them is for cheaper gas fees too. Like I wonder if all the money will just go back to Ethereum. Anyway, that's a topic for another day. We are going to do some marbles. Our first giveaway will be promo pack season 4. Actually, we have 3 of them. We'll just give away 1 for 3 races. I'm going to do the marble intro. It gets loud as shit, so turn down your volumes if you want to protect your ears. And if you like to rock and roll and party, maybe turn it up. Decision is yours, but here we go.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Hey-oh, exclamation mark play in the chat if you want to join an NFT giveaway. What was the prize for this one? I missed it.
Dungeon pack, because dungeon.
Oh, that's right, because the season's
ends tomorrow. So you can get 1 day of mining out of it. Or you can open it. You can do whatever you want with it if you win it. Exclamation mark play if you want to join. I think KY says proof of work as a whole, where gas can get bid up at drop time. You can eat an EBOD. I don't know what that is.
What was that? Let me read this.
Overall, it may affect the ASIC investors. They'll withdraw their money eventually. Yeah, we'll see.
No question. Well, realistically, I imagine the ASIC mining community is not going to just shut off their mining.
Okay, that's what that thing was short for.
Yeah. Most realistically, I expect the proof of work mining community to just maintain the proof of work blockchain and the network to fork into 2. You'll have a proof of work Ethereum and a proof of stake Ethereum. So all of that curve governance.
We'll go over that in September, though, when it actually happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Timely to talk about. And
we'll
also
talk about it as it gets closer.
We don't know what's going to happen until it happens. So we will report what the fuck's going on when that's supposed to happen next month, right?
Yeah. Yeah, September 16th, I think, is like a tentative date for the merge to start. But I don't know. I've had long conversations with like pretty like savvy dev people about why I think it's too early to try to migrate. I just don't think there's enough people who own Ethereum to legitimately decentralize that network. Like, let's say, optimistically, 1 in 10 people in the world owns Ethereum. That's already not enough people to decentralize a network fully. At least not, a massive decentralized network. Plus, you end up with, because it's not massively decentralized, you end up with people like Coinbase or Lido DAO or like all these giant holders of Ethereum stake now with the ability to adjust or basically play ball with regulators. So if like the US government was like, hey, we're like, they recently put a sanction on the Tornado Cash smart contract, meaning that any wallet address that interacts with Tornado Cash's smart contract, which is a mixing contract that lets you obscure the transaction history of your Ethereum. Anyone who has Ethereum related to that smart contract, their wallet is now considered blacklisted by, centralized exchanges in the United States. Like, you're not allowed to send money from that wallet to your exchange wallet because that money is now tainted money, which if Ethereum is centralized to a point in its proof of stake network, the US government could require, like the Coinbase validator node and the like Lido validator nodes to also blacklist wallets that, interact with sanctioned smart contracts. And that just opens up the opportunity for a whole lot of shenanigans that just doesn't fucking work. You can't just ban one aspect of a decentralized network. So we'll see how this all plays out. It's definitely an interesting.
I do not have a problem with that decision, though. Like, there's pretty much no reason to use Tornado unless you're doing sketchy shit. Like, it's like,
oh, no doubt. But here's the real problem with that is like, I use, for example, like Compound protocol as a money market to borrow Ethereum, like to do a short sell, right? If some attacker looked up that let's just pretend I have $5 million worth of Ethereum that I'm borrowing right now from or let's say that I'm using to supply as collateral to like leverage long or whatever. They can see that on the blockchain. They can then just send me like 0.1 Ethereum from Tornado Cash, making my wallet blacklisted from interacting with Compound. And now I wouldn't be able to close my position while they could effectively manipulate the market and liquidate me for $5 million. And I wouldn't be able to close the position because my wallet would be blacklisted because I have now interacted with, you know, an illegal contract. But I didn't do that. Somebody just sent me those funds from their wallet to fuck me over. And so there's shenanigans like that.
I think I saw that on Twitter that happened recently.
I just don't think lawmakers understand that that's possible. So it's going to be a shitstorm. We'll see how it all goes. Exactly. Dust, like I'm the KY is saying, dust random wallets. There's literally people right now who are sending 0.1 wax, or I'm sorry, 0.1 Ethereum from Tornado Cash to like thousands of doxed wallets. Like Jimmy Fallon's wallet has money from Tornado Cash in it. So does the Coinbase wallet. So does like all of these big institutional money wallets, you know, like Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust. They have money from Tornado Cash now. So are they breaking US sanctions or not? And if you are going to enforce such a sanction, you need to do that unilaterally. So that means if a criminal using Tornado Cash is using Tornado Cash illegally, then Jimmy Fallon is also breaking the same law then, because he has Tornado Cash Ethereum in his wallet too. So it's a really gray area of like easy to game these things and move around these regulations because the space is decentralized. So the regulations need to approach this space from point of understanding. And I mean, like, we've been alive long enough to know that legislators don't participate in the things that they make rules for, you know? So I'll be interested to see how it all plays out.
All right, next race. Let me make sure we have enough of these. I think we have 3. Yeah, we got 3. Next race, same prize. Promo pack season 4. Last day of the season. We haven't asked for season 2 promos yet. Also, I think Sasha and his wife are on vacation right now, and they're usually the ones that send it to us. We're trying to finish our template sheet by tomorrow. We're trying to finish the Crittercraft collab by tomorrow so we can get those templates for our next collab. Snake Bold Wombat. That's our plan.
Yeah, at least having the minted templates. I'm not sure if we'll have the whole packs and everything ready to go and distribute by then.
The packs won't be stakeable. We just need the...
Okay, yeah, the templates, I think we can have those minted. I'm working on those today. I did a render last night before bed that I haven't checked yet.
I also have to remaster the song. The guitar is a little bit too quiet in one spot. But...
okay. No sweat.
That should take me like 30 seconds, and also is not going to change the fucking timing of anything. I'm going to do that after stream today. All right, exclamation point play. Mark the Narc should be, it'll be the mid-season update. It won't be the beginning of season 5. It'll be like, but yeah, it should be included. Mark the Narc and everything that's been minted since the whatever, like the Crypto Winter one, the Marble trophies, everything that wasn't added before. But it'll be mid-season 5. It will not be the beginning of season 5, I don't believe.
I did not see the tool that Valor and Venom is talking about. Did you?
I haven't looked at it yet, no. We only have like 6 or 7 templates, so it shouldn't be that hard to do manually.
Yeah. It's cool. There's lots more. There's lots of like useful tools emerging in the wax space lately, and it's definitely like the activity is increasing, which is really fun to see, especially considering the like market sentiment is still kind of like uncertain.
Shit gets bearish. People keep building on wax. It's going to come back even stronger. All the shit that's being built now is going to be fucking useful in the bull market.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, we'll be here for it the whole time. So by the time the bull market comes back and all the fucking shitters come back trying to like separate us from our money, we'll know who the real players are, and we'll be able to like help the community stay on track here. Just because we've been part of the community for years at that point.
Yeah, we've already been streaming at least 5 days a week for over a year now.
Yeah, it actually helps. Like, I know a lot of like people who are like, or like at least I can navigate which projects to like, you know, follow well enough to turn 100 wax into 140 wax in 2 months by only doing transactions on stream. That's pretty solid too.
Can you send me that link in Discord, Priscilla? I can't click on stuff here.
Oh yeah, she already said she'll do.
Please and thank you.
She's already ahead of it.
been watching Better Call Saul. The show freaking rocks. I fell off, like, I don't know, for several seasons, but people have been posting on Instagram that the season finale just happened like last night or something. I was like, oh, I got to catch up now that it's over. I want to see what happens. I actually had a friend who's like an actress I work with that's paid me to do a bunch of sound for her, was on the season finale, like the last 2 episodes. I think she's
just a season, or is it a series finale? Like, is the show still going?
No, it's a series finale, I believe.
Oh, snap.
I don't know. It's always cool seeing people I know on TV, so I'm excited to get there and then see what her role is. I saw somebody else on, what was the show I was watching? Shameless. Like, one of the actresses, I actually did her reel. Like, I did her demo reel that she sends to get booked. She might have used that material to get booked on Shameless, but she played like a patron hitting on I think his name is Kev, the bartender guy.
Oh,
You
yeah.
finished it, right, Max?
I think so. Yeah, Paul watched it more than I did, so I caught it like out of order a little bit. But I've seen a lot of it.
They go to like New
That guy's-
Orleans.
He,
They go to
he's
New
the guy with,
Orleans.
like-
And, like,
oh,
he
go
just
on.
fills in a shift as a bartender, and then like these girls are just hitting on him, and she's one of those girls. The actress I work with.
He's the guy with like the black wife and the kids, right?
Yes, that's Kev.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he's hot. I can see why people be hitting on him.
He's hunky.
He's a looker.
The third spinoff wasn't it like the name of a snake or something. There's like a movie that happened that was Breaking Bad spinoff.
Oh yeah, there was. They like told the story of like the guy with the bell. What was his name again? Tuco, or Tuco's uncle or whatever. Yeah, I remember that movie was cool.
El Camino, there it is. Not the name of a snake.
Hey, winner!
Orlando, congrats.
Way to do it.
I think I'm on season 4 right now of Better Call Saul, and it definitely like is a slow burn, but shit's getting so intense now compared to like where it was.
Hector,
in
yeah.
1.
Wait, Hector? That guy's in the Dragon Ball live action movie? Is that what you're saying, Autumn's Toys, or are you talking about someone else?
Buzz King is only on season 1. I won't spoil anything, but yeah, definitely like it's even an even slower burn than Breaking Bad, but Better Call Saul gets pretty intense towards the later seasons.
Yeah. Oh, I'd also love to have an El Camino. Although Paul would hate that. Paul does not like that type of car.
But like a convertible.
Paul hated I bought a fucking like an American muscle
It's not a
car as like my first car. Paul hated it. It was a Chevy 94 Chevy Classic Capri.
That car is also
looked like
kind of a piece of shit though.
It looked like a cop car. It was like driving a sofa. I don't know. I really liked that car, but Paul really did not.
My
It
dad
was kind of a
rented
piece of shit.
I think it was like a Mustang or something when he was, and I got to drive that, and that shit was pretty fucking. I don't know. Feels powerful when you're driving those.
That's the thing, yeah. Like that,
engines.
the Mustang. I mean, you expect it, but like with the Chevy 94, like that was a 4.6 like liter V8. Like that car flew. Although it did weigh like 3,000 pounds, so it didn't like fly as quickly as like, you know, carbon fiber race cars. But that car was fucking built, dude. That thing, I could get up to like 110 miles an hour, and
My stream dates
easily.
are off on the streams channel. Yep, they are. Fuck, they're all off by one day. That sucks. There we go.
good catch. Thanks for pointing that out.
It's also like I gotta go to Epoch Converter and do every single one individually, so that fucking sucks. Now I gotta redo it like 6 times.
Damn.
I don't know how I fucked that up.
We are watching, just ignoring. Yeah,
Too busy
we're
talking
gonna-
about fucking. Too busy talking about Breaking Bad to read that stuff.
Yeah. Breaking Bad I really liked too. Also that song they've used at the end of the Breaking Bad series, the Baby Blue. It's just so fucking perfect for that ending.
I don't even remember. I'm gonna rewatch Breaking Bad after I watch. I feel like going for Better Call Saul through Breaking Bad is like watching it in chronological order. I'm excited to do that.
Yeah, just the music cue at the end of that series was so good, where like he collapses on the floor and then the music like swells up and it's like, I guess I got what I deserve. And it was like, oh shit, that was perfect.
Is it the Bob Dylan version?
Boom, 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 boom,
Bob
boom,
Dylan
boom.
version? Or is it
No, it was who was it? I have to look that up. But it was such a good fucking like it was such a good button to the end, like where he's touching his gear, he's like reminiscing on his empire, falls down after getting shot in the gut, and then like is looking up at the sky, and the music comes in, and the lyric is, I guess I got what I deserved. Kept you waiting there too long, my love. Boom, 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 boom. All that time without a word. Yeah, that fucking that gave me chills. I listened to that song like for weeks after the season finale.
I don't even remember it. It didn't back me like that.
Oh, it hit me real good. That was
The one I always
really
remember is the
good.
fucking Sopranos ending when it just hard cuts into
Or it
Journey.
just cuts to black mid-sentence. I always interpreted that as like he got shot, right? He died. Because the whole series we
I don't know if
watched
we should just be
kind of.
spoiling the endings of entire series for people on stream.
I mean,
Don't spoil it for
Sopranos.
me. I'm watching The Sopranos.
I'm sorry, that shit's like 10 years old, isn't it?
Mark literally just said, "Don't spoil these." Watching.
Don't spoil it for me. Dude,
Are
I
you-
can't watch
okay.
every show ever. I
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it, but I know the ending. I mean, I live in
somehow
pop
I've
culture.
made it through. Like, I've never really watched Breaking Bad, and I watched like the first season when it first came out, and then I never followed up on it. I know it's an excellent show, but somehow in all of these years, I have yet to have Breaking Bad spoiled for me. So I actually have no idea. How it is.
Well, I'll tell
I
you
think
the ending.
I think
song
you can
is-
spoil shows that people aren't going to watch, but like Breaking Bad and Sopranos are the greatest TV shows of all time, and everybody should watch them. So like,
I'm not
those
trying to
shows that
spoil the
shouldn't be
show
spoiled.
as much as like I was just trying to like speculate on the ending, the meaning of the ending, which is like really well known within pop culture from people. Like I never saw The Sopranos, but I know about the ending and I have theories about it.
Mark literally
Yeah,
just
I
said,
mean,
"Don't
I'm not
spoil
surprised.
it." So
I'm not
I mean, I won't
surprised.
spoil it since he's watching it.
Like,
I just don't think that
I don't
it's-
blame you.
I don't think it's
blame
spoiling
you.
it.
That
Like
you
it's
kind of stumble into these
literally
things
part
and
of,
get it spoiled
like,
over time.
I feel like
Snake
the ending
kills
of that
Dumbledore
show is
stuff is
part of
pretty-
mainstream pop culture, like the ending of like Game of Thrones was, where it's like if you're not watching it in real time, then I don't know that you can be like, don't spoil this for me years later.
I feel like
everybody-
most people,
everybody,
even
it
if
was a
they're not-
phenomenon.
Even if they're not interested in Game of Thrones, they can probably just through existing know what the Red Wedding's about, even though they have no.
Yeah,
inclination
exactly.
to
I
watch
think
it.
that Sopranos was a similar cultural phenomenon, so it's fair. I don't know that that's spoiling, like, but I won't spoil it. Not that I've seen it. I mean, I just know of it. But yeah.
Sopranos is
Yeah,
a good
Star
show.
Wars spoiler alert. Vader's
Yeah.
Luke's father. God damn it, Yamster.
I totally remember when that Harry Potter movie came out, though, that it was like Snape kills Dumbledore, Snape kills Dumbledore, Snape kills Dumbledore.
Oh man. I mean, that's the whole thing is like if you care that much about those spoilers, go fucking see that shit opening night. That's what everybody else who cares that much is doing.
I guess Max, safer practice is just tell people when you're about to spoil shit because you've spoiled shit for people on the street before and they don't like that. So be like, hey, I'm about to spoil the end of Breaking Bad. If you haven't seen it, fucking turn your volume down instead of
There's
just
a
blasting
new
right into it.
Breaking Bad. There's like they're doing like an
I guess that's true, yeah. I'll be more mindful of that.
Because not everybody sees things on the same timeline. You see things, which is fine to discuss it, but let people know before you immediately talk about the very last scene and what's happening.
is there a new Breaking Bad?
What?
we
No,
were talking about
the-
Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul is
got
like
it.
just had its series finale.
Got it.
Yeah,
All right, let's do our last race.
I'll have to keep in mind the spoiler alerts.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I've like heard of Sopranos. I've heard people talk about it. I had a general understanding of the show, but I never really dove into watching it. I didn't have HBO growing up, and then I've had it for the past few years in the streaming era. And then
Even if
I
you
was
had
kind of-
HBO, it's on Showtime, so you wouldn't have gotten it.
oh, whoops, well, whatever. Like it's on the HBO streaming platform, and like I was like, I don't know. I guess I've always heard about it. I've always wanted to watch it. Although it's kind of like I can only watch so much at a time because it's just like so intense all the time with the interpersonal drama that I can't, like, it kind of wears me down after a while.
Yeah, that's Yeah, I feel like Breaking Bad is also just like it's a very like I have friends who like didn't watch it while it was like a huge thing just because of how stressful it is to watch.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't handle it. It's too stressful. Like, I'm like, okay.
I watched The Sopranos in college. I watched through all that. It's a good show. It was not what I was expecting. Like I was expecting the show to be more about like gangster life, but it's more about like it's almost more about mental health and like his relationship with this psychologist is like a huge part of the show, or his therapist. So that was like, I don't know. I didn't know that's what the show was about until I watched it, because that's not what people talk about when they talk about The Sopranos. They're like, oh yeah, Tony's relationship with his therapist is fucking nuts. But that's like,
Yeah, it's such a weird throwback. They had that like Super Bowl commercial where they had like the two kids, like the actors who played the two kids in Sopranos as part of like a car commercial. This is kind of a weird throwback for the Super Bowl like 30 years later.
The guy who plays the son, is his name Tony Jr.? I already forgot, but
yeah, Tony Jr.
He's on Your Mom's House all the time. Like he's a frequent guest on Your Mom's House
Really?
podcast.
Oh wow, what does he do now? Is he still an actor, or does he do like stand up?
Podcaster.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, he's like constantly on, not constantly, but I'd say at least once or twice a year he comes and joins Your Mom's House, and like he's pretty funny. Yeah, I think this is what you're thinking of. When the book came out, there's a viral video of and somebody say "you bitch," like they're like "you bitch" right afterwards.
Man, we'll have to watch some old video. We should save that for Friday. And like, I would love to watch old videos of people smashing consoles in front of people in line. I swear, it's me every time. It does not get old.
Yeah, I remember those trends. Smashmyxbox.com or whatever. It's like before YouTube was a thing, even.
Oh, there, that's gotta be it. 15 years ago, damn.
I'm here at the Barnes & Noble, and you can't see it from here, but there's a giant crowd outside, and I am about to ruin the Harry Potter ending for them.
Man,
it is 1:02 a.m. Central Time. This is Dallas, Texas. Let's see how pissed off these people get.
What a troll.
I'm pissed now.
This guy's probably got such a shitty grin on his face right now.
And I suck at driving on one of this minivan. And I have a friend up there that's probably never going to forgive me for doing this, but oh well.
He's like, oh well, I gotta get my lights.
Yes.
Just do it.
He's lining up.
Snape kills Dumbledore! Snape kills Dumbledore!
He like sped off.
Snape kills Dumbledore!
I haven't seen that video in like 10 years, but I just remember something like, no, you did.
Sound like they were like about to cry, just like immediately like, ah.
I'm still concerned of the logistics. Did he just like speed read the ending and then drive back? Because that's a long ass book. Like, how'd you get that information so quickly?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Probably. He lives to troll.
Or
He was
maybe
up even
maybe
earlier.
like, you know, the book released slightly or a day or two earlier in like another part of like in the UK or something, and then you just read it on a forum.
All right, let's do our last Wombat giveaway. Season ends tomorrow. Get your last Wombat runs in. I sent my dude on a 6-hour run. It's kind of nice. I've been doing 6-hour runs since I don't really have an hourly cooldown anymore.
Yeah. I've been doing 7-day runs on my ZOS. It's great. I'm trying to get like more mythic gear. Super stoked I got one.
It's time.
What a weird thing to do, just like troll a bunch of people and be like, all right, I'm about to do this. Like I can just feel that guy's shit-eating grin. He's just like,
Give me
It was like 12 people.
it wasn't.
You ruined like
It also
12
was just like, why? I don't even know how. I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty funny. I feel like Smash My Xbox is more satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get fucking pissed. The kids in
got
line.
a lot
get
of
wild.
And it doesn't make sense to me why they would get pissed, because it's like you didn't smash my Xbox, you smashed your own.
I know.
Xbox, which is like whatever.
Because some
Yeah.
people in that line won't get it. So it's like you're breaking something. that I
Yeah,
could've-
yeah. It was those times where
Oh.
like you'd wait in line and then they would run out halfway through. Same thing with like Halo copies. You know, it's like you want to get on opening day. And then,
That guy was
Mark
still in
found your
line
twin.
before you, though. He was still in front of you in line.
oh wow, Mark with the C. It's a fellow Mark with a C.
Oh yeah, Mark with a C.
Respect, fellow C Mark. There aren't too many of us. Mark Anthony. The other Marks with a C there.
That's the only other one. It's just the three of us.
The person at the pharmacy told me I had a cool first and last name. I was like, thank you.
I think Mark Jacobs.
I chose none of
was,
that
a
myself.
designer.
Nice. You're like,
I think
thanks.
Gordon
I,
Ramsay spells his
I
last
picked
name
it
as AY,
myself.
right? Gordon. Yeah, Ramsey's AY. There's not a lot of AY Ramseys, to be honest.
Marcus is not my full name. There's a lot of Marks with a C that are. It's just an abbreviation of Marcus. Mine is not.
Marcus Denarcus.
My cousin's name is Marcus, but it's German, so Marcus.
Trying to think. Yeah, I'm literally searching to see if there's like celebrity Marks with a C. Oh, Mark Maron, that comedian.
I like Mark Maron.
That's with a C?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. I like him in Glow. Glow is a fun show. I don't really
He's got,
listen
like,
to
one of the
his
biggest
podcast, though.
podcasts in the world as well.
Yeah, I don't really listen to his podcast.
I don't really
I know
listen to it
that
either.
that's-
I listen to it if a guest I like is on there. We had like Barack Obama on and shit. I remember that was a big deal because like Barack Obama's not doing a lot of podcasts.
Yeah, Mark with the C. You got to get the Mark the Narc sign. It can apply to you as well. Now the person on there looks like me, but still you could still have your own Mark the Narc.
Somebody else asked earlier if Mark got one of his own blends. He did, yes. I think he said he got a neon.
I blended a bunch today. I blended 8 and I got 5 lit, 2 glow, and 1 neon. So I'll
Not
probably
bad.
just like send the excess lits to like the giveaway wallet or something. Unless we can't, did we set up a blend yet that you can take burn streets and put them back into a blend token?
We haven't
like
decided
2 to
on
1.
that. I was
Yeah.
considering doing 1-to-1 just because the reason we didn't do it 2-to-1 before is because then you could just blend in permanently. But it now takes 2 blend tokens to get a lit. So like
Oh yeah.
because it used to be
Oh,
1-to-1.
no, that makes it like that does make it like no risk at all for the 2 blend token. I guess no, that's true actually.
So you spend 2, you get 1, and then you can blend it back into 1. You still have to do 2 lits, even though it cost you 2 to get your 1.
Yeah, you're right.
What we couldn't do is for the glow. The glow couldn't give you 3 because it only cost 2 to get it, and it would no longer be deflationary. But it'd still be deflationary if we. But I'd say we should do that after we retire the burn street signs.
But yeah,
Like,
either
once
way,
we-
I'll probably take the excess and do it into the giveaway wallet. Spread the narc love.
Once we retire the last 3 of them, I'd be more willing to consider doing that. But we still have 3 open that only cost 1.
Yeah.
Random King shouts out, congrats.
Shout out to his family.
Nice.
Show the Nefty. Let's show the blend for people who haven't seen it.
Yeah, mark up mint 25 of the neon.
Nice. Last Mint's always a good one.
Yeah.
There's 72 left. You can get these 3 rarities.
It's not bad. 11% neon. It's not terrible. Although I
And
think
also-
there's only like 3 or 4 neons left in the pool.
I mean, I can check the pool.
Yeah, the neons got pulled pretty aggressively on the front end.
Well, one day, my name will be. I will add to the list of celebrity marks with a C, and maybe you can too, Mark with a C in the chat.
There's
We can
3
both be
neons.
celebrity
left.
marks.
Cool.
You'll have to ride Mark with a C's neon marks coattails.
Yeah, the sign will get
Still-
more famous than I.
There's still Mint 1 of the glow left. Mint 1 of the glow, and Mint 3 is the lowest you can get for the lit. And 11.
I'm telling on you. I'm telling on you. I'm telling on you. I'm telling on you.
Yeah, we still got some of those available. Cost 2 blend tokens, and then you get a chance between the 3 different rarities. There's only music on the rarest one. Well, I think they all look cool. I only got a lit, to be honest, but I'm happy with my lit. Oh, I want to show off our grubfish. We got grubfish coming out on Saturday. Let's just see.
Yeah, I'll get the last bit of the flavor text there today, so we can mint the template and add it to Wombat for the next season.
Based on the suggestion from our community, they're like, you should do different color tails. We did. So this will be the rare for the glow version, which is like the uncommon, or not the uncommon, the rare trail. And then this one will be. This
It's
one's
kind of
the,
cool. The trails naturally fit the.
this one's the epic
Yeah.
or our neon.
The color
Yeah.
scheme fits,
It fits the
their
border,
rarity
yeah, the
structure
border.
too. Yeah.
Right.
And then the uncommon or the lit will be green, and then the static one will be white. I'm stoked on
And then
those.
I-
You can play the
And then I
song,
imagine the naked one I was gonna do like variants of the colors too. Then, huh?
Oh yeah, that'd be an
Have to
awesome.
See
one.
how we could do that. Because it's usually 50, and now there's 4 colors. Yeah, do some kind of like 10, 10, 10, 10 or something. Or maybe do them in rarities too, where there's like 20 white tails, like 10 green tails, 5, something like that.
Nice looking packs too. So we'll be giving these away as well. So what is it? 20% to Crittercraft,
Yeah,
20 holders,
rotation.
airdrop to Crittercraft holders, 20% to Neon Space NFT holders, and then the rest will be distributed through giveaways. And we can probably give some of those packs to other folks, like obviously some to Gaz if he does giveaways, and then Burst and other people in the community too.
I'm not sure how often they stream, to be honest. They've also been kind of like busy. They're doing summer shit, but probably give some to Valor and Vellum since she sends so many packs to us. Pay it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pay it forward. Let me see if I can find the song that I made for that too, which will be remixed, but it'll essentially sound similar. Here's the grub. I don't even remember what it sounds like, to be honest. I make these songs and then I don't like listen to them in my free time. Let's pull up the neon, see if we can match it to the song.
I feel like it's just like this really upbeat music of like this little grub is just so excited to explore the world very slowly, inch by inch. Like you can see the smile on their face, like, oh yes.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna turn the guitar up like half a decibel and then call it good. The guitar is just a little quiet for it's like the melody. But I don't know. I heard it better that time, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. Today is a new day. I'm gonna crawl to my dreams.
Do we have anything we want to do before we wrap it up?
Wait, here's a quick question. Do you have a set time when you're going to do the airdrop? Is it going to be on Saturday or Friday?
Saturday is the airdrop, but it'll probably be after our stream on Saturday. So we'll do Fall Guys, do our thing, and I'll stop and eat, and probably like an hour after that. Last time we did an issue with Bounty Block, so assuming that doesn't happen, it'll be sooner, but I'm not going to give an exact time just because, sometimes we have issues and it takes a while to fix the issues, but sometime on Saturday. So unstake your stuff from Wombat. Also, the Wombat season is ending, so you can unstake your stuff from Wombat if you want to try to get better odds. And yeah, we'll be doing Fall Guys, not a super blend this Saturday. I think our new goal is going to be kind of trying to do super blends like every other week rather than every week, because it's just not really sustainable to do it every week. Like, we don't produce enough artwork to do that indefinitely, but I think every other week is more doable for us. So super blend Saturday will kind of alternate weekends for now. And yeah, we'll be doing Fall Guys every Saturday. So keep an eye out in our Discord for the announcements channel on Monday or Tuesday, or sorry, Sunday or Monday. It's been Monday lately, so I usually take Sundays off. But Monday I usually announce the weekly schedule, and I give everybody a weekly update of what we're working on, what's coming out in the next week. I also announced, maybe we'll just go over tomorrow. We've been streaming a long time, but I announced like cross schema blends will be taken down this weekend, and we will be retiring the sleep number coffin. I think it's
Sleep number, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I think
This
we're just trying to
one
close the contracts on some of these, and they've been out.
This
for a
one
while.
we can't close the contract as much as we have to burn all the, because this is our first pre-minted one. I think all the other ones were mint on demand, but this one we'll just have to. We'll close the blend, open a new one that's only available to an NFT that we mint to ourselves from a separate collection, and then we'll use that to burn into all the stuff. Unless we can reach out to an NFT and figure out a way to get stuff out of the contract without that. But I think the workaround is we just have to.
We'll just create a private blend, whitelist just our own wallet, blend everything into that wallet with like a single transaction, and then burn all the results. Yeah.
So we'll do that, and then after then it'll be Neon Spice. After that, we'll retire. And then after we retire Povich, we will also retire the burn packs. So we have 3 left, and then these packs will be done forever. And then after we retire the packs, then we will do the set bonuses for Burn Street. So I know people have been asking, they're like, oh, I'm collecting sets, I'd like to get rewards. The rewards will be for the first, all the signs that are in the packs. We can make a list, so you know. I'm not sure what the collection book, if that works, but we'll figure that out before we do the set bonuses. Maybe we'll have Crypto do a. So the issue with the set book is the set book's going to say there's stuff in there that isn't. Because if we just do it by schema, we have all the new stuff we've minted that will not be a part of the set bonus. Like Crypto Winter will not be, and Mark the Narc will not be a part of that set bonus. That'll be part of the next set of Burn Street. That's what's coming up for, maybe the next 2 months or so. It'll take do that. But if you want to get stuff out of the burn packs, these will be going away permanently in not too long. When you burn those packs, are you going to send 40% to Team 1 and 60% to Team 2?
Well, then am I Team 3 then? We have 4 teams for each our own team.
Unclear.
Okay. Can I rename my team? I don't want to be Team 1 or Team 2. I'd rather have a cooler team name.
Team Falcon.
Yeah, like Dream Team.
And we'll be Gold Team.
Yeah, or
I want to be like Team Rafiki. Team Rafiki is me.
Be Dream Team 6 or Pizza Team 6.
Pizza Team 6.
We've also been playing around with the idea. We won't announce anything until we're ready, but toying around with the idea of making like stickers and some sort of physical redeemable. We're not close to doing it yet, but shout out to Valor and Vellum. She's been giving me advice on that stuff because I have no fucking idea what we're doing when it comes like to the physical collector world. And she makes pins and stickers and toys. So we're like, how do we do this?
Yeah, I think it just adds another cool layer to the Neon Space brand, but we gotta kind of work through how that all makes sense, because we're basically just learning a whole new business from like we're introducing a whole new aspect of the business with physicals, but I think it'd be super fun.
Definitely.
Yeah,
And going to the
Ideally, we could do
conventions
it-
too, just being able the conventions sound like a cool community, both from the artist side and from the collector side. So it kind of adds to our ability to get to know people in the space too, which
And
I'm
also
excited about.
long term, I feel like it'd be so fucking cool to have like desk size like neon signs.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good
out.
point. Yeah.
I messaged about 10 different neon suppliers, LED sign suppliers, and I sent them reference art of live dudes and asked how much would it cost to make a 10-inch sign with like a desk stand. So we're getting emails if you check our email of how much it costs.
Oh, nice. Check it out.
Some of the quotes
There's-
are way too expensive. Some are getting realistic, but just testing the waters before we do anything.
Yeah, that does make
Yeah.
sense. Instead of doing the full size like Max has, like
Yeah.
doing a more desk size or bookshelf size one that's 10 inches.
Yeah.
That seems like it's one cool, two like pretty benefit. I feel like you have more uses. I have a feeling a lot of people would be like telling their wife or husband, like, yeah, let's put up this like 3-foot wide neon sign in our living room. I feel like that's a hard
Right.
sell. So I think it's a
Right,
little bit
too.
more realistic to have something small like
Yeah.
that for people to actually
I
like
mean,
use and enjoy it.
I'd put a wash your ass neon sign in my bathroom. That's dope.
Have that on your desk when you're
Wash your cheeks, baby. Yeah.
I would honestly say we're probably 1 to 2 years away from doing that. Stickers, I think we can get done. My goal is to have stickers by 2023, but I would say neon signs would probably be like more of a 2024.
Yeah, I would say
thing.
pins and stickers, are realistic in the next, say, 6 months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
There's definitely
other thing-
like alternative like things I was looking at too, where there's like those types of like it's like basically a glass panel with like scrapes in it, and then an LED strip on top that casts light through the glass, and then the
yeah, I think
like
that would be dope
scrapes
too. It doesn't have
capture
to
it.
be like
Yeah.
So there's like Paul and I were talking about this too the other day, and just like trying to look at like viable options for that can actually be like
I can take
realistically
your NFT
achieved.
and have stickers. Do you make stickers, Yamster? If you can help us with that, that'd be awesome. But
Send
Yeah,
some
I'm
barbecue
thinking-
with it.
Next week.
ideally, we want to do like sell stickers for blend tokens. Well, not send them, have them be a blend. So that's part of the issue for like tax burden is we do not want to sell the stickers for blends because then we have to pay taxes every time you give us a blend token, and we're going to burn them not selling them. So we're paying US dollar taxes on something we're not making money on, which just isn't a good business move. So
Yeah.
ideally, we can work with Blend Nefty to have them be you blend a blend token, and then you can redeem the sticker. That way, the token is burned before it ever hits our wallet. It is not taxable income. So we have to figure that out with Nefty as well, because like it's not set up right now for creators to do blends for physical redeemables. I know they're working on it. So we need to work with them with that, and then we also need to work on the physical manufacturing with stickers. But that's sort of the next step, and I'm excited about that. But again, like no promises on how long it's going to take us to do that. Just know that that's something we'd like to do and are now more seriously considering than we have been in the past.
Yeah, she's like, but I have a credit card. That's true. That's a way more direct way to do it, and probably a lot easier. But it would be really cool to make them redeemable. Is like the whole idea, because we are an NFT project first and foremost.
If we can't figure out the redeemables, we might just sell the stickers directly. But like,
Yeah.
know that eventually that's one of the use cases I'd like for the blend tokens. And then we also have been wanting to do mint on demand set bonuses for a long time. So I'm thinking
Yes.
like a way we could do a workaround for that is we could do like the only way you can get the only way you can use your blend tokens to buy stickers from Genesis Street is if you hold a full Genesis set. So like you can buy them for dollars, or if you hold the set, then it costs a blend token, but the whitelist will require a full set. So that's a way we could give utility to set holders, is like they have the ability to buy stickers that cost money otherwise.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about that as a team yet, but that's something I've been brainstorming privately in my own crazy head.
Yeah, I like that though. There's definitely I'm looking forward to coming up with some cool ways.
We're in
to,
it
like,
for the long
incorporate-
haul. That's the key.
Yeah.
We have big
Incorporate
ideas.
those.
Now we just got to get there. But when you're
I fucking
you're
love
building
my
for the
neon
long
sign
term, this
too.
is the business we really want to really be around for a while. This is something we really want to grow with. So
We were also like, when we first got in, we
you're
thought
right.
we were going to be like more of a gaming brand. We're like, oh, let's get into our planet. Let's get into every staking game. And the more we do
Yeah.
this, the more we realize that's just not sustainable. Like, one, you're not the one who controls when the utility comes and goes. Two, these games are just pumps and dumps and they keep crashing. And like, yeah, we'd love to keep getting into games, but like something we can control is the collectible side of the artwork. And like, if you look at what's popular on Wax, it's Funko and it's Hot Wheels. And those collectors are looking for those chase chase things in pack that give them physical redeemables. So like I think that's the direction we move in more than trying to just like hop onto every game that's just crashing, even though we still might do that. But
yeah, I
like,
would
we
like
keep
to
doing
control
that
our
stuff.
own destiny a little bit more, and be able to make money on the merits of what we're doing rather than hope that we can ride along with other people. It's just too volatile, and it's always, you're always kind of chasing the dragon with the gaming stuff, and
The
I
other
think we
thing is
learned
the
that
player
in
crowd
experience.
The player and crowd does not appreciate artwork. Like they do not value artwork. If the utility goes away, they're like, "What's the fucking point of this?" It's like the point has always been to collect artwork. We're just trying to help our collectors and give a utility. The point was never the utility. And like, there's a huge crowd on the player side that just does not value artwork. They're like, there is no value in this if it doesn't have utility. And those aren't the people we're trying to attract. So like the people that go to Comic-Con and those people, they like supporting artists and they value artwork. So that's like more of our target audience, our target market. So having
Yeah.
physical redeemables will allow us to go to conventions and get our name out there and attract the right audience that is like the people we want collecting our stuff. So I think that's sort of the next step for Dance
and
Space.
we're putting our energy into something that's more beneficial. I would rather put my energy into making like more cool artwork and more creative things, rather than put all my energy into convincing people to hold on to our stuff by chasing utility. I feel like
also just
we're
been bad for
spending
us
our
to, like-
time and mental energy on things that are far more beneficial and rewarding that way.
Just look at our track record in the last year. The first brand we tried to partner with was Uplift. They freaking boned us and lost us a bunch of money. Second brand we tried to partner was Wax Arena. They boned us, lost us a lot of money. Third one was Our Planet, and like just like time and time after again, it's like we're wasting a ton of time and effort chasing these brands that end up just like screwing the people that work with them and collapsing their own projects. So it's like, why invest all that time into those people when we can just make our own thing? But
yeah.
that being said, I still play NFT games every day, and I'm definitely trying to get our NFTs into games whenever we can. But that's not like, I don't know. We're kind of shifting our focus a little bit into being like, we do collectibles.
Yeah, that's like a nice to have rather than a requirement. Like it'll be icing on the cake to have like Wombat and things like that, but it's not the main goal.
Which I do think our next one's going to be Cosmos 11. I've been really enjoying that game, and Champa said if you make a card for them, like it could give your character stats in game like a boost of some stuff. So I think Paul is working on that next, and I won't put a hard date on it, but we're shooting to have that at it, and hopefully next week because that's when we have him on for the interview. But no promises there. And
yeah, Valor and Vellum, are you're gonna have to teach us how to push away all the creepy anime girls that are gonna try and come after us? Is that part of the convention circuit?
We'll also attract the anime dudes. There are no women at conventions, Mark. It's all dudes. I'm just kidding.
The women are a lie.
But yeah, I don't know. That's part of our weekly update. And I know not everybody reads our announcement channel, but talked about the burns updating, and then more privately in our general talk, I've been talking about the physical redeemable stuff, but kind of hinting at it and talking to people behind the scenes. So I'm excited about it. But again, we take forever to do anything. So you're looking at several months before anything comes out at the very least. And we'll be on tomorrow for Wax Wednesday, 12 p.m., kind of shooting the shit. If there's any new projects you want us to check out. There's also, I'm just going to get stuck into Mars. Like, we should look at the Funko stuff now, but Funko Power Rangers is coming out next week. They look pretty fucking sick. So
I saw those too. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going down lately. I'm excited.
Cogs just dropped a new drop last night. I'm not really into Cogs, but maybe we'll check those out and see what people have been pulling. But yeah, we'll do that tomorrow for a more general day. New season of Multiverses started yesterday if you've been playing that game, so I'll be logging into that later today. And
Batman's a free character now, right?
The free characters rotated. Rick and Morty come out next week. But like the season pass updated, so you can now earn new cosmetics, new like taunts, and also like part of that is unlocking gold, so you can more quickly unlock gold to unlock more characters. Now there's a new season pass.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, hit us up in Discord if you want to talk gaming or NFTs. I woke up like an hour ago, 2 hours ago, so I haven't done all my gaming shit yet for the day. So I got to remix that song, but I'll be gaming if anyone wants to hang out, play some games. I played some Valorant last night. Definitely down to play some more Valorant. Just be aware I suck. I'm actually getting pretty good at CS:GO though. But Valorant I still suck at. Anyway, buying the dip, and we will raid. Catch y'all later.
Yeah, thanks for your time.
Your boy Kevin just lost lots of money. Oh, but that's okay. I am with you, with you. Oh man, your boy Kevin just lost lots of money. Oh, but that's okay. I am with you. Here we go, come on, push it, buy the dip, buy the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, buy the dip, buy the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, buy the dip, buy the dip. Here we go, come on, push it. Oh my God, what's happening?
First of all this whining by Wall Street is making me sick. 140% of GameStop was short. GameStop was short. You can't allow Wall Street to short 75% of its stock, crush these companies into the dirt, thousands of stocks into the dirt. When the individual makes money, everyone's entrepreneurs. I have a kid who bought a house, paid $50,000 and bought a house. After decades of the shorts, you have to accept the fact that individual investors are playing the same game that you're playing, and now you're losing.
Here we go, come on, push it, buy the dip, buy the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, buy the dip, buy the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, buy the dip, buy the dip. Here we go, come on, push it. Oh my God, what's happening? Here we go, come on, push it, buy the dip, buy the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, push it, push it, buy the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, buy the dip, buy the dip. Here we go, come on, push it. Oh my God, what's happening?
There's a lot of power in organization online. 2 million people can get together in a subreddit. I think it's really funny that the GameStop stock is going up. And
We're gonna go raid NFT Gamer TV. Fun watching them. They raided into us really. They've been doing like 2 days.
They screwed up rating into us, so they just gifted a bunch of subs.
Okay. Well, I think they're doing Taco Tuesday, so check them out. They'll probably be talking Taco Swap. Peace out. See y'all later.
See you.